had to tell him that he couldn't because it was like
Oh, the stairway.
not actually somewhere he could
Yeah.
walk to. Yeah, while going up the stairs. I remember
I
he was the
just
one that
wanted
tried
to
to
jump
walk off.
off, right?
It was just
Yeah, he tried to walk off the stairs because he thought it was like a slope, just like the part of the slope of the pyramid. But it's like, well, it's actually like way down from the stairs or something. Yeah. Okay.
So that brings us to here.
Yeah, I think we were about to have to fight more of these swarms, and by we, I
Yeah.
mean Raz was gonna fight more of these swarms.
Yep.
Alright. Initiative.
Yeah, that Swarmbane Scarab is the best item we've bought all campaign.
Bot. I think it gave you guys like 4 now at this point.
No, Swarmbane. Not Scarab,
not for
the
this one.
Swarmbane
Oh.
class.
Golem.
Oh, the golem.
Yeah, you gave us lots of golem ones,
Okay.
but
Okay.
we've definitely fought more swarms than golems.
What if this is a golem swarm? Whoa.
I mean, didn't that happen in like one of the earlier books?
That
There was
sounds
a
familiar.
construct swarm, but I don't think it was golem.
It wasn't specifically a golem, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like level 2 or something, and they were hardness 5 things.
Yeah, that's construct.
That's not the one you killed with your staff, is it? No, that was the mummy cat.
No, that was a-
No, that was the cats, yeah. These were like little like wooden doll things. I remember because they were so strange. Okay, I need to hit the bouton. Oh, good. Good.
Just need Johnny, and then we're good. Okay. The swarms don't go first
Oh,
this
yeah.
time. It's Nematap, round 1.
Okay. Since I know who the Master of Swarms is, I will step back to allow him to do his job.
Okay.
And
And use a wand.
really? Am I that predictable?
I want Star Fox to play a character that has no wands. None.
Okay. I'm just using the resources provided by the mod.
I'm joking, but yeah, no. That's one thing I kind of chuckle at sometimes is like game masters, they give players all these things and then they like hoard them. They're like, oh, a scroll, a wand, a scroll, a scroll, a scroll, and then at the end of the campaign they still have all those scrolls and those wands.
Yeah. I these days I try to use these things because if you don't, then you might as well sell them, right? Like,
Yeah, you might as well just sell it. Okay, so you move and you pull out your wand. That leaves us with swarm number 2. Who happens to be swarming over 2 people. How fun. So Raz and Raheem, it's going to... These little things are going to bite at you. And then I need a fortitude save for distraction.
It's going to swallow your soul.
Maybe. Of course, Raz doesn't get affected by distraction. Raheem, you're fine. And as you've experienced before, your wounds are now cursed. This one, am I over somebody? No? Oh, that's not fun. Let's go over somebody. Whiz Pops! They fly to Whiz Pop.
Oh, perfect. And I'm flat-footed, so I can't do anything.
Not like you were gonna do anything.
Well, I could, either step.
Oh, okay. How many of those do you have? 'Cause I know
2 a
you
day. I've
already
used one.
used one. Okay. I'm just gonna write that down
Yeah.
just to make sure.
Yeah, I made a point whenever I changed my prepared spells to 2 instead of 1 that the secret I'm preparing 2, so don't think I'm cheating.
Hey, is it just me or does everybody have 2 haste buffs?
I see 2 haste buffs. They
Did
I think the
double-click?
ones from the previous combat are there, probably.
Okay. I need these
You can look
cleaned
up
up after
durations.
combat. So, like, when we have combat... Are neither of these haste buffs supposed to be on you guys then, or what?
No, I just
Just one.
cast haste.
The
I'll
one
get
that
rid of
lasts
the
for
other
5
one.
rounds.
Yeah,
is
it's just
supposed
the
to be
old
there.
one.
The one that lasts for 2 rounds or more is the one from last combat.
Okay.
I'll clean them up.
Okay. Yeah, most of the time I take care of that myself, but I guess I didn't.
Yeah, it was
notice,
just
so-
like at the end of the session, so I'm
Yeah.
guessing we forgot to worry about that.
Okie
Okay,
dokie.
all done.
Wish Pops, I bit you. Now roll me sweet fortitude save.
Hmm. Yep,
That
we're fine.
was
Everything's
not
fine.
sweet at all. Wiz Pops is nauseated.
Boo.
Yeah, I don't think I have any kind of reroll ones mechanic.
I just
Fortunately.
put 1 round on you for that. Okay, Raheem.
I don't know that there's a lot I can do here. I'm gonna move out of the swarm back 5 feet, I guess. And I could try channeling, I guess. I don't think I want to do that yet. I'm gonna wait for a round. So, yep, that's gonna be. I'll swing flaming scimitar at this thing, full attack it. It's just gonna be for the fire damage, basically.
Oh yeah, let's resist it. Let's go.
Yeah. It probably won't even function properly, but.
Oh, it should.
Oh, did I have myself targeted? Yeah, I had myself targeted. Good God.
Well,
Okay, miss, hit.
well, you crit the
I think
swarm as much as one
Yeah,
could.
I think I just hit it once. Yeah, it's immune to that though. Alright, so it's gonna take. I don't even think it's gonna do the fire damage correctly, but.
If you have it configured, it should.
Yeah, I didn't do any of it correctly.
Well, it has
It didn't- it
15
did it
fire
all wrong.
resistance, so it resisted all fire damage that you would have done. What other damage
It
was
should have
there?
resisted all the damage then. Yeah, because it's doing the physical damage and it shouldn't. Okay,
What
well then I do no damage.
you have? You have good aligned in your weapon.
It is good aligned.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter though, because it's
I
immune
guess
to
it's
weapon damage. I
confused.
think
It
just
doesn't know
do-
what to do
it just
about
doesn't-
that.
Yeah, I don't think it does swarms correctly. But so you're just gonna have to take off 31 damage there. I don't do any damage.
Yeah. No, I've seen it do regular swarms. This one's confusing though, because it has like DR twice on its stat block for whatever reason, and I don't know if it's confusing the program
I
or
mean, that
not.
happens sometimes. It could, but I mean, there's stat blocks like that where they have 2 different DRs, and they don't stack. You just take the stronger DR depending on the situation.
Right, but I think this is like stacking them.
I mean, it doesn't matter. They should be immune to weapon damage because it's a swarm of things that are too small to like diminish or
Right,
whatever.
but you should have done more than 31 damage if it didn't calculate the immune part. Anyways, I fixed a thing, so that might make a difference for Raz.
I feel like it just did all my damage
Oh, okay.
and ignored the crit. I think is what happened. And then ignored the fire damage too, but like that's what it looks like happened to me.
Whiz Pops?
No, that math doesn't work out. I'm nauseated, so I'm going to take a move action and like fly out here 40 feet.
Whiz Pops zooms out. Zoom!
Yep, that's the smart thing to do.
Is that your turn?
That's all I can do as a nauseated person, yeah.
Alright, Johnny.
Let's see here.
So as a reminder, you've already tried to strike with these with a weapon before, it didn't work. You've already tried to strike with these with fire, and it didn't
yeah.
work. Okay.
I know. I'm gonna 5-foot step away from that.
Okay.
And I join my swarm masters and attack Nimitap. No. Use my move action to pull a Wand of Cure and cast on Nimitap. Well, I didn't do much.
Was Nimitep hurt by a swarm?
No, this is a residual from like when I got hurt before.
Was it from the previous swarm? If it was for the last fight or this fight, I need to know. When did you take that damage? The only things you guys have fought today since you've rested were swarms.
Then it would be from the swarm.
Okay, I need a caster
Yeah, it
level
probably
check.
was.
Johnny?
It's the wand's caster level check though.
Yeah,
So
the
it's
wands.
gonna
caster
be a
level.
d20 plus 3. It's probably not gonna work.
That's unfortunate.
Okay, so D20 plus 3.
Yep.
And it
Of
does not.
course.
Okay, Nimitep, put 7 wounds back on yourself.
This
Okay.
fight is like, how can we stop Derek from doing anything? That's
Well,
what it seems like.
It's easy. Well, no, it's easy to stop me from doing anything. You make me roll dice.
True. But it doesn't even let you cast spells. Unless you have spells that do like non-fire, healing. Yeah.
Alright,
and
Raz?
those are your domains, so.
I mean, I
Good
think if
luck.
you're using your own like healing, the caster level check isn't like too difficult.
It'll be
But
better,
it's
yeah.
really
That's
hard
true,
to
if you
do with
cast-
wands.
Yeah. Yeah, if you use like a cure moderate or something to figure
You
out.
can
I'm
actually
gonna-
cast it or channel or
Let's
something.
see. Should I even use rage on this thing? I know like they're annoying, but they're not difficult for me to kill.
I don't care. Whatever you think is best.
I might as well just conserve some rage.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in a conserve mode too because we are trying to do, more than one dungeon a day. It's fine. I said I could go, but
I thought we rested.
You rested, yeah.
Yeah, we've rested.
no. Did we?
Yeah,
'Cause
you guys
think
teleported
it
back to
did.
town, and then you teleported back here. Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, I'm gonna attack this swarm that's on top of me.
I did not get Knights Rested. I didn't think
Yeah, I
we
don't
did.
think we did rest. I've already
Because we went
used,
from
like,
the water one to here.
You did get a
Yeah,
night
I think
rest, and we did do that. And I can probably pull up the logs and copy and paste if you really want me to.
Okay, if you
But
want
all of
to
that did happen.
apply Night's Rest to me, then go ahead.
I don't need to apply Night's Rest,
And
because
then
that'll
I'll-
do it to everybody, and that'll heal everybody and reset their skills. So just
Okay, well,
do it yourself.
I have to. Okay, I'll reset all my spells then.
Well, if I Night Rest everybody,
sure
then
we
everybody
didn't,
else
but-
is gonna have to reset all their shit. Because...
No, I'm pretty sure we didn't Night's Rest.
It doesn't matter. Just whatever you have.
But
is
if
what
you're
you
saying we did, then yeah, I'll reset my spells.
That's my damage. I think it worked all correctly.
Or wait, no, you guys are talking about going from... No, don't Night's Rest yourself. You guys didn't fucking Night's Rest. Why? You guys...
That's what we've been telling you! Oh my god, I'm so frustrated.
Somebody else said we did Night's Rest, so I was going with it, so... Anyways, carry on.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay.
I did some damage to it.
Name attack?
The swarm's still alive. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It is.
I guess then we don't know whether or not those wounds Nimitep got are from these swarms or not, but we're gonna say yes, they were. Just for the sake of not dwelling on it.
Let's see, how hurt does Raz look? Oh, he's fine.
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, I'll just take a step out here. It'll be fine.
I would say something, but I can't because I'm nauseated, so I can't take a free action to tell you anything.
You can talk. Nausea just means you can't take
No,
a
I
standard
can't.
action.
No, nausea means you can only take a move action. You cannot take free or swift actions.
Talking
I'm
is
done.
not an action. You can do it anytime
Talking is a
you
free
want.
action.
Says who?
Says the SRD.
No, it doesn't. The SRD does not talk about talking in combat whatsoever. That's purely game master decision making. So you can talk anytime you want to, but if you choose not to answer your allies, that is your choice. We are over Raz. We're gonna just stay over Raz and attack him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, here you go. Here's the SRD link of speaking being a free action in combat.
Special free action that you can take outside your turn.
Okay, well, this Game Master says that you can talk anytime you want to, provided that you're not giving your players paragraphs of information, even if you're nauseated. The only time you cannot talk is if you're dazed or stunned or petrified. Or asleep.
I'll just wait till after Swarm 1's turn. Oh, Derek had an issue, I guess.
Maybe DC'd, yeah.
His computer might have
His
blown up.
computer probably died again, yeah.
Yeah. We don't need to make things tedious, is what Secret's saying, so let's not.
I'm just playing by the rules.
Okay, well... We've never brought
But
it up
do remember that the
before.
GM is the final arbiter of the rules.
You can't get diseased, so we don't even need to bother having you roll that. I guess let's go over Raheem. Because he's there and you guys aren't close enough for me to target both of you.
Yeah. That was intentional.
Was it? Okay. Go ahead and roll fortitude save. You're fine. Okay, and it's your turn.
I'll move out of the swarm again, make it at least have to move around. I don't know. Well, that and also I want to get line of sight with Nematep. I'm gonna try to do a channel. So, where's the? Guess I don't actually have a button for this on here, do I? That's fine. That might not be good enough though. But if it is, I'll hit the button. Otherwise, that's it. That's
I'm
my
sorry,
turn.
what's the question?
Caster level check
I'm
to get over
channeling.
the
Of course.
heal, 18. No, is 18 good enough?
Oh, no. I thought that was the heal number. I was like, oh, that's a pretty good heal.
No.
Okie dokie. So is that your turn? You moved? Okay. And Whiz Pops.
Okay. I can do things. I will first tell Nematep, hey, I have this wand of lightning bolt that might work here if you want it. Although they might also be resistant to electricity, I'm
You're
not
getting
sure.
really wordy.
Thank you.
So I'll take a move action to pull out the wand of lightning bolt, and then I will take a standard action to, I don't know, I don't have super useful here either, I guess.
You can use the wand.
I can, but there's like people in the way.
You can shoot me with the wand. That's fine.
Do we
Yeah, she'll
still
dodge
have
out of the way.
electric resistance on? We don't.
I don't think we do.
So I
Yeah.
will.
The
No,
whole
we do have
pyramid
it.
was electrical, right? Don't we naturally have that just staying here?
We recast it.
Oh, lightning bolts
Johnny
are
had-
striking around. Oh, that wore off by now, so you guys don't have that anymore.
No, we recast it.
She did not, and if she did, she didn't put it back on you guys like she should have.
I mean,
Johnny
that's
has
possible,
resist 30
but
electricity.
I do remember specifically saying that we cast it again when we
Right,
left.
then she didn't put it on
last
you
two.
like she was supposed to.
It's on Johnny. It's not on any of us.
Yeah,
so
that's
I don't
probably it. That's
Yeah.
probably it.
know. Okay. Well, I'm still gonna shoot a lightning bolt then,
Okay.
if we do have it on.
I guess I'll drag it onto you guys, but I thought Johnny only had one cast of that. Let me just go look at the spells and
Nope.
double check.
Pretty sure she prepared 2. Could be wrong, but
Yeah. Oh, there's 2 and they're both marked. So yeah, let me just drag all these onto you guys.
Okay, and I need to lightning bolt. Look this up.
Okay, there you go.
I think it's
now
just
it's
a
on all
line
of you.
nuke, long range, reflex half, SR yes.
Though it says
And
Whiz
this
Pops
is
aboard
10th
it,
caster
which is a
level,
lie.
so do I have button?
Okay, cool.
Oh, they have SR?
They actually,
Yep.
yeah, they actually almost failed. Those are some low saves.
Yeah, but
Alright, you get past the caster level, and they both save, so go ahead and roll your damage.
But they'll take the
yep,
half
so
and then
they will take the half and
half
then
again.
it will be reduced if they have. Oh, but then yeah, and then it gets. Wait, what? This damage is wrong. Why does it say 1d10? My caster level is set to 10. No, my caster
You
level
have to
isn't
set the
to 10.
dice
This should
for
be set to
damage
10.
in order for the damage to work correctly.
No, that's fine. Okay.
Okay.
Forget the first one, sorry. So
Give
give each of them 1
half
health.
and then times.
But then it takes... Oh, it didn't do the half
you didn't have
because
it
of...
targeted.
Oh my god. Because it
you didn't have it targeted.
untargeted them.
It's
Yeah,
not
so-
hard.
No, it's because
Math
I
is
had
not
already
hard.
rolled.
Math is
So,
not
yeah.
hard. Math is not hard.
So-
14 more damage on top of
75%
the
of that.
18.
18 plus another 9. Is that how that works?
27.
The 27? That's a wand, yeah.
What swarm number were you
It's a
attacking?
level 10 wand?
It's a
It
10th
is.
level
It's
wand.
the one we
yep.
found from book 5.
Oh,
It was targeting both of them.
Okay.
Because it's a line.
Okay.
But then...
It's the one that we used to light up the map.
I guess I also didn't target Nimitep and Raz, so they would have to make reflex saves. It should have been 27 damage.
No, I'm still working on it. I have to
Okay.
manually adjust.
Yeah, the swarms don't do it. The swarms just don't work properly in Fantasy Grounds, so you have to like.
That would save.
Yeah,
So-
Nematip has evasion.
You're gonna... Yeah, take nothing.
I just scooch out of the way.
It's... Yeah,
Okay,
DC 11,
swarms are
so
set.
it should be like an autosave, but Raz probably should roll. Oh,
No,
as
he
soon as I
rolled
said autosave.
Auto fail.
So he takes
Dun,
he
dun,
takes 7
He
damage.
takes 7.
Because
You take 7, which is... Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, not very much. That's okay.
They each took 27, which is a lot more than I thought they would take.
Okay. Cool.
Oh yeah, it is DC 14.
What?
Because it's a 3rd level spell. So it's 3 plus 1.
Oh, is that how that works?
Mhm.
It is. Oh, this is just in the wrong place. Okay. Yeah, using this whole like setup thing is not.
Johnny is
So
not
I have to change my
back.
caster level depending on which wand I use.
Oh, yeah, we haven't heard from Derek, so...
mm. This is when I fireball the room, right? Okay.
Yes, that's what...
It's not a bad idea.
I actually don't think Johnny would do that. 'cause we
They're
know
pretty resistant to fire, though. There he
We
is.
Wait,
don't
look,
need
speak
to
of the
blow
devil.
a spell for that, anyways. Raz
No,
has
there,
this handled.
you're back. Good job.
Fuck, regenerates a 7th level spell. Damn, Freedom's got a long time before he's getting
Yeah.
that tooth back.
I'm just gonna manually set
Yeah.
this DC because it's too hard. I can't make it look like I have 13 int.
My wands, I don't base on my character at all. I just put in their stats.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is I just
give it a
hard
flat
coded it
DC.
because it's not gonna change. So
That's right.
But you know, since you have a missing tooth, regenerate is finally useful. I feel
Yeah.
like oftentimes people don't use regenerate because people just don't lose limbs or
Well,
anything.
if you played called shots, regenerate's gonna be your best friend.
Could be, yeah. But
Because
what I
called
want to do
shots,
is I
you can
want to
lose
start doing
limbs.
more of a. I want to start doing more of like when you take a hit that brings you down below negatives, like that is a potentially
blows.
mortal
Yeah.
blow, and that does inflict visible damage on your person.
What you could just do is be like, okay, this guy's gonna slice at your arm. If he crits, you lose your arm. Are you ready? Got any rerolls?
If like a critical hit took you below 0 HP, then yeah, it's like, oh, you might have lost a limb here. That's why you almost died. Or if you did die.
Yeah, I guess like if I were to do that to players, it would definitely be in higher levels when they have access to it, not so much like, oh, you're level 3. Now you
I'd
don't have an
actually
arm.
argue to do it at lower levels.
Oh no. the players are going to be mad at
Because
you. They're not going to
so
enjoy
many-
their characters. They're
They're
going to
gonna be mad at
switch.
you regardless of when you do it, but if you do it at low level, it gives that character more time to adapt to the loss of a limb.
It gives your character more easier time retiring from adventuring life.
I
Yeah.
was just gonna say it's simpler replacing them
If-
when you're only
If
level
you're
one.
playing a one-armed archer, you're gonna retire that character.
Yeah, you're done.
I mean, it depends on what happens.
But then you
Like,
go and get a you go on like a little side quest. You go and get a prosthetic arm, and now your character has a cool prosthetic arm.
yeah, I mean, something like that could happen. It depends on the situation, but like
You just can't
yeah.
give up on your character when something like that happens. You got to take it in stride.
Oh, say we're going to go into a game, and the game master's going to be like, you're not allowed to get rid of your character. No matter what condition
Yeah.
it's in.
The system for
Well-
you is Rollmaster then, where like critical
Yeah.
hits happen with
So-
almost every shot, and terrible things happen to your character.
But you don't want to do
Yeah.
that. You don't want to just pile bad effects on people
Yeah.
all the time.
That was the fun of Rollmaster, is understanding that like horrible things are just always going to happen to
Always.
you. And the
All right, Derek, are you back?
you don't get too attached to your characters in Rollmaster.
I'm back.
Okay, it's your turn.
Can I get the map, please?
Oh,
Oh yeah, it's listed as unidentified map for us, so yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to find it very easily.
Huh. Really, not much I can do. Because
You could heal
screw
people.
Swarms.
Just
not
not
if
with
they
a
were
wand.
damaged by this thing.
Well, you can if you use your own caster level to make the check, rather than the caster level of a.
Right,
a
that's what I'm
wand.
saying. If you're using your own channeling or spells, then it uses your caster level, and then it's more likely to succeed.
are you healing?
Yeah, I'm in the channel.
Okay, before you
After I do my 5-foot step.
before you hit the heal button, I need the caster level check.
Is that just one check for the whole channel, or is it per person?
We'll just do one.
That's what I did last time too.
I think that's how it works because it's one spell. It's not multiple spells.
No.
Or not.
Or
Take the
you
first,
can
I suppose, but
roll it that way, and it'll take all of them, I guess.
I clicked the CLC button.
Yeah, but
you had everyone
you had
targeted.
everybody targeted, so it rolled it independently on each one. Yeah.
Right.
We'll take the first one because that's what I said I was gonna do. Is just take one. So 25 is enough to heal. So go ahead and hit your heal button. Yay!
Who needs damage?
You guys do, or else you're forever
now a lot of
fighting
us do
swarm.
since you healed us up.
This is all Raz, and a little bit of
No,
response.
we need to
I mean,
use
the
damage,
answer
not
isn't
have it.
always damage. I'm
No,
sure
this
there's
is
like some
very
kind
much
of
all
spells or stuff that could
Mm.
just get rid of these things.
I mean, I'm sure they exist. Like, they're demonic or whatever, or something. So can we dismiss them? I
Probably.
don't know.
Not dismiss, but banish would work.
Banish would work because it
Okay.
targets multiple things.
Correct.
That's right.
It has a hit die limit, but you can hit a swarm with it still.
But
Dismissal
okay,
is a
so
single
that's an
target though.
option.
All
We
right.
haven't used that yet today.
I'm gonna attack this one.
I don't have good spells prepared for this.
I don't think we're taking too much damage from these things.
No, we're
if
not.
we are, then
It's
I'll
fine.
rage. I'm just conserving my rage. Alright, here comes a full round with haste. From my cool oversized spear.
Okay.
Oh, that was a miss. I'm just so used to it doing damage. Let me see if the third hit hits. That way the damage is kosher. Nope. So let's see if the
No.
last
No,
attack
of
hits.
course
Turn
not.
16 to... Or maybe not.
No, we got him. But I don't think I can critical them, because the swarm subtype does make them immune to precision damage.
Yep.
So we already took the
No, that's
16
what I
damage
was-
then?
Yeah,
Yep.
so that
Okay.
was the damage from that last hit.
Cool.
That's what happened when I
That's my
did
turn.
my attack earlier. It just ignored the crit, but and the fire damage and everything else went through.
Nimita.
I mean, it's a good thing that the weapon damage works for Raz, though. So there's a plus.
Okay.
So I think there are rules somewhere that say you can't like trade a wand back and forth and double use it.
Yeah, I think so. Somewhere.
But if you wanted to grab this and use it next round, or like delay,
The
that's
problem
perfectly
is the
fine.
SR against that wand is going to be. Well, no,
You're
the
saying
wand
use the
kind of
wand
works.
in the
You know
same
what?
round. No, you can't use the wand more than once in a round.
Right, yeah, we get that.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I said.
Yeah, okay.
I'll scooch down here and does Whizpots have anything else to do? Because unless he does, then he might as well just be the one. He doesn't have to roll to use it.
True. How does SR work with the wand? I didn't mess with that.
It's just the cast level of the wand.
I think it's just 10, right? Okay, and that's
Yeah.
what
Yep.
that's what I had it on it. Okay. I don't really have something better to do, so I'd say maybe just get out of the way and
Yeah,
hang
I'll
out.
do that then. I'll just scooch back where I was. I
Unfortunately.
run up to him and then run back away. And
Cat
I'm done.
things.
Yeah, I'm looking at my spells. It's like I could cast a
Swarming
fireball,
over
but it's not
Raz,
gonna-
Swarming over Raz. Cool. Swarming over Raheem. Swarming over Raheem. Cool. Roll me a fortitude save. You're fine. Alright, Raheem.
Yep, I'm moving around. Stop it, swarm.
Yeah.
Can't do anything though.
Raz just sitting in it. He's like, yeah,
Just keep him
I'm
lined
the king
up.
of the bugs.
Yeah.
Although Johnny's in the line of fire now, so I will delay till after Johnny and say, Johnny, get out of the way. I'm gonna strike him with the. Actually, I mean, you have resist 30. You're fine. I'm just gonna hit him.
Is he?
Yeah, I'm not concerned.
I mean, you're literally right after me. It doesn't hurt at all for me to delay till after you. So I'll delay till after you and say, Johnny,
Yeah.
get out of the way. I'm gonna lightning bolt him. Yeah, so
Oh.
I delay.
Okay. Johnny?
Shawnee will move out the way.
Okay. And anything else?
Then I will take my act. Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
Okay.
There's nothing I can do, really.
Let's...
Okay, then I will take my action and I will lightning bolt. It will strike the swarms in and possibly Raz. This one doesn't have a lot of charges left. It's at
We don't have much
do.
campaign left, so that's good.
has 5
Just
charges
use it
left
up.
now.
just use
Yeah,
it
yeah.
up.
No, I'm
Yeah,
definitely
Having
using it.
Having
It's
charges
the best
left at the end of the
option
campaign
right now.
doesn't give you a bonus.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely using it. I'm just saying, like, so Secret
Oh,
here's
knows
my
there are 5
bonus
charges
XP
after
for extra
this.
charges.
It's like when you play Magic and
I think
you
everything's
lose
right
the game
now.
and have like 8 cards. In
Oh
your
my
hand, and you're like,
god.
You
I had so much
failed the
card
caster level
advantage.
checks?
Oh my god, the low rolls.
It happens.
It happened.
Oh well.
Yeah. It's okay.
It's my life.
But you do hit Raz because Raz doesn't have
Alright.
SR, right?
Oh, that's true.
He does, and then
Oh,
I
you do.
absorb probably most of the damage because
He
I
doesn't
saved
have SR,
anyway.
but
That's
he
less
saved,
than 30
so...
damage. So yeah, okay.
The
Max
saved
damage.
damage is going to be less than 30.
Yes,
Mhm.
the max damage on the wand is 60, so even if he max rolls it, you're gonna
Then
resist
Raz
it.
will
Oh,
still
full
absorb
round.
all of it. Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna kill this one this turn. You guys see. There, got him.
Okay.
And then I can move to attack the other swarm. And continue my full round. Oh, I gotta... I mean, they're both identical, but I gotta not select the one I just defeated. Where was it? It was number 2? Okay. Now we're good. And third attack. And the haste. Alright, that's my turn.
A loud crack of thunder occurs directly above you guys, and a
Oh.
lightning bolt strikes down, and its probability was a 1d3 of who it was going to strike, and it chose Whizpops. Whizpops, go ahead and roll me a reflex. See.
Oh shit!
This is from the lightning outside and the
sure.
pyramid, which has a cumulative chance of striking you.
Yep, I definitely rolled well again.
Oh, that is not good. Alright.
It's probably fine.
I don't know.
I mean, I resist 30, so I'm
Yeah, you
assuming
resist
it's not
30.
like
You'll be
100
fine.
damage or 200 damage or something.
Let me grab the
If it
courage
is,
dice. I'm not
then I
grabbing
probably
that
would
dice.
dodge it if it was like deadly looking, but oh, maybe I don't have time to react. No, it's fine.
You take 34 damage, so therefore you resist 30 of it.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, there you go,
no,
you're
it's
fine.
4 wounds.
But-
Okay.
But I
But you
remind
felt a little bit of it.
that there is lightning
Yeah.
outside.
No, that's fine. I mean, I'd rather be out here in the lightning doing 4 damage than in there with the swarm nauseating me and doing more.
Alright, Nimito?
I delay. I'm good. Things seem to be under
Okay.
control. Nobody's hurt that bad.
Yeah, I think things are fine. We're just waiting on Raz to, finish it up.
Ooh. Ooh, you know what? No, Raheem tastes good. Come here, Raheem. Go ahead and roll a fortitude save.
Sure.
Oh, you're fine. Okay, no. And it's
I don't know. Move over here again. I'll do lay on hands because it has 2 chances to remove the healing debuff. The first one, just overcoming it by a caster level check, but it also can remove a curse
okay.
as a for my mercy. So there's the regular caster level check.
Oh, let me get their thing open. Double check the number because it's kind of up
Last
there.
time 18 was enough, right?
No. That is
Oh,
not enough.
No, 18 wasn't enough. It was
Okay,
25,
well, I'll
I
use
think that
the
was
caster
enough.
level check for my mercy as well, and hope that the remove curse effect on it removes it.
That is
Okay.
Ooh,
enough.
that's a high roll. Nice.
Thing is, I don't think I actually get the healing though, because I didn't make the first one, but I don't.
Right.
I remove the curse at least, so future healing won't have to make the check.
Except on any new wounds you get.
Yeah, I mean,
You have to
hopefully guides
remember
me, though.
how many wounds you have.
All right. That's my turn.
Okay. Johnny?
Um, I'm gonna hold my turn.
You're gonna what? Delay?
I'm
Delay.
gonna hold.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. There's not much I can do right now without putting anyone else in danger, I guess.
Yeah. Whiz
I want to
Pops?
give Wiz Pops aim, and I don't want to make Raheem more of a target.
There's swarm taker carers.
Yep. Sure, we'll use the wand. Why not?
Raz is no longer in the shot.
Yeah, I moved out of the
I
way.
have a clean shot now. My old rickety arms can barely hold this wand. When the lightning bolt comes out, it's like, imagine like a weak person holding like the end of a
Whiz
fire
Pops
hose.
flies back.
That's what I imagine.
He
Yeah.
loses a square each
Yeah,
time he
It's
hits
like
exactly.
it.
he's shooting a magnum.
Nope. I rolled a 1.
Oh no.
I've literally rolled 1, 2, 1.
You're being impatient
God
with
damn
your
it, for
wand,
like my
Whiz Pops.
saves in this one.
Calm down.
And then I whiz back.
Being impatient with your wand.
No, I don't, because
Okay.
I didn't actually cast it.
Okay.
Or I did cast it, just didn't do anything. So yeah, I whiz back.
Whiz
5 feet.
back. Okay.
4
Right.
charges left.
Alright, I'm gonna start attacking it. Oh, I'm gonna full round. Got it.
Yay!
You did it.
Yay, I did it.
I cannot stress how crucial Swarmbane clasp has been, and how
No, it is. And
that's
if
just
we
like,
had,
oh yeah, it would be really cool if you bought this for me, Wiz Pops. I'm like, yeah, that's probably a good idea.
you should be
I don't
ashamed that
know.
you even had to consider buying it.
And then now we fight all these swarms. It's literally the best item ever. Like we need to get one of those for Raheem, so he can do the damages too.
It's
only
an
3,000
embarrassment
gold.
that we didn't know
Like-
that this existed before. Like, in
Yeah,
book
that
2.
is such a good item. 3,000 gold to be able to hit swarms is amazing.
That really is.
Alright, I'm gonna get into
Alright.
the room now that the
So,
fight's done and
yeah,
I don't want to get hit by lightning.
there's another little like stone door here, right? Or sandy door.
The block,
This was the trick.
Oh no.
like, when you said the name wrong, like the block dissipated right into the swarms. So there is no block there now, but it's also appears to be just a dead end.
I will start investigating thoroughly.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
we need to
I'll
say the
join
right
Umatep.
name
I'll look
thing.
for any other entrance.
Oh, it was like say the name versus the title versus the title versus the name.
I-
like Secret said.
yeah,
the
I
text was
heard
the
we said
same
to say
until
the
I didn't
title.
read it, but the text wasn't the same, so I needed to read it. Yeah, I was salty about that.
I was banking on you guys not reading it, but I gave it to you so
Well, yeah,
that
'cause
you
you lied to
could. I didn't lie. I read it out
You s-
loud, and yeah. There's a
I'm
recording.
pretty
of
sure
it.
you said the text is the same, but okay.
No, I said
I don't remember
almost.
saying that text is the same.
There's a keyword. Go watch
Okay.
the VOD. I do say almost the same.
Okay. Well, I don't remember what it is because we don't have it here, but I think I would probably say the actual whatever thing I'm supposed to say. I
Oh,
think it's supposed to be
well.
title, not the name now.
While you're saying that
just see
nothing
if something
happens,
happens.
but Nimitep does find that there is
Okay,
a
dang.
secret door in the floor beneath the sand. And if the sand is removed, the door could be opened.
I brush away the sand.
All right.
Yep,
It
let's just start digging it
reveals
away.
a 5-foot diameter passage that seems to be descending down 8 feet and then seems to head east. But you can't see any further than that because it's down 8 feet and you would have to go down there. But it does seem to be veering off
Okay,
east.
shall I take point, or do you want to, Nematap?
I'll check for traps. Scooch down.
Alright, I'll let her
climb
go
down.
first.
Okay. So it looks like the passage goes for a while, at least 65 feet. Are you going to go by yourself, or people are going to follow you?
Oh, no. I'm
What's
just making
the
sure that the
marching
shaft
order?
down is fine. And then I'll motion everybody down if it's all clear.
Yeah, and then I'll go right behind her.
Can I get our marching order?
Whiz Pop's in the back. Well, I think usually Johnny's behind me, but
Is it 5 or 10?
that's our normal.
Is it Johnny's in front of Whiz Pops or behind Whiz Pops?
No, behind. Usually Johnny's in the caboose.
Okay. Cool.
Johnny, stop crowding me. Jeez.
Alright, I'm going to relocate you guys here in a minute. You start crawling down this crawl space of a tunnel. It's dark, there's no lightings. So if you have dark vision, you can see fine. If you don't have dark vision, you might just not see anything at all.
Yeah, I probably have my sword out, which
I need
sheds
to
light.
permanent that,
Okay.
but I do. But I also have
Permanent
dark
light?
vision. So
Well, just always
no,
light.
permanent dark vision.
Oh. There's just always a light
How many
everywhere you
people
go.
I
bring
don't,
light,
but
the cleansing light of the sun to these places of darkness.
yeah. I'll since Raheem has his flaming scimitar out, it's putting off light out. I'll also cast dancing lights, so we have more light and have them like float ahead of the party. We can like see where we're going.
Okay. You're gonna find yourself where the crawl space seems to go back up. And since Raz is in the lead, you're the first one that comes out of the hole. What do you do? Let me give you a description here really quick. The floor of this wide square chamber is covered with tightly packed, poorly executed hieroglyphs that stretch from wall to wall. 4 exits lead out of the chamber, 2 to the north and 2 to the south, though a shiny red barrier seems to block each. A narrow shaft in the middle of the floor is your guys's, I guess floor forms the 5th exit, which is where you guys are at right now. An unpleasant sour odor fills the air. And let me just give you a taste of that
Poison?
red.
This room looks like it's full of snakes.
Hmm. So, is it poison? I just heard that it was like foul smelling.
Here, I'll put the thing in chat for you guys.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take a chance here. I breathe it in. Is it poison?
There's no... The red isn't in the room that you're in. And the sour odor that floats in the air, it just smells sour. Perhaps like home.
Okay.
You know, you're probably
Because it was all
familiar
sealed up.
you know, gross smells.
All right. So I'll tell the others that I don't think there's any poison in the air. And I'll climb up and get fully into the room.
Okay. You do so. Does everybody follow?
I do.
Okay, you guys are all in the room.
Okay.
Immediately begin checking for traps.
Oh
Alright,
my god, my
Nimitip,
rolls
you do
today.
not think there are any traps?
And my rolls last night.
And then these weird, incomplete hieroglyphs. What are they all about?
Ah, yeah. You guys start to translate the hieroglyphs?
Well, yeah, those who can read it.
It'll take
I
you
think
I'm
about
assuming it's
30
ancient Syrian.
minutes to come to any kind of conclusion. Do you choose to take that time?
I do?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that. There's nothing, like, trying to kill us.
Not yet. Alright. After patiently translating the writings, you reveal that there's a phrase that says, I, Kenpathis, created this alchemical wonder. And it is repeated frequently, along with the passage, like to like makes the passage.
Okay. I am going to look in this corridor then. See what I can see over here.
This like a red gelatin-like substance that's filling the hall, and you can't really see beyond or through it.
Are there any hieroglyphs on the archways? Or
Nope.
anything different? written?
Nothing different.
Huh. Okay. Whiz Pops, what is this?
If
knew
I
I was
look
gonna
at
ask
it,
you, right?
is there a, I know, is there like a knowledge or something to identify what this red substance is, or?
Well, how about you read the hieroglyphs? Do you want a knowledge arcana?
I would love to read the hieroglyphs. I can roll a knowledge arcana. What's it for?
Just roll it. Cool. Thank you. Okay. You realize that the text is an extraordinarily complex alchemical formula.
Oh, of course. Yeah. It's
Also,
probably
welcome
how to
back.
make this red stuff, I assume.
I don't know. Can you tell
Do I
us?
know if it's to make the red stuff?
I mean, you don't know what the formula is. You just know that this seems to be
Oh,
a
it
complex
just is a
alchemical
formula.
formula.
Okay. Detect magic on the red stuff.
Does anybody have craft alchemy here?
Nope. I don't.
I do not.
That's too bad. Okay.
Um. You detect. No, you don't detect magic.
Okay. Well, I know there's an alchemical formula on the ground. I could probably spend the next, like, I don't know, hour trying to interpret more of it, but I don't know if that's a good use of time.
Well, listen, like, and of course it's a good use of time. We're trying to figure out how to keep going.
Well, how about a more practical approach?
What are you
Poke it
suggesting?
with a stick?
Sure. See what
Yeah,
happens.
I'm down for that.
A 10-foot long stick? Okay.
That doesn't have to be 10 foot
Yeah.
long. I have this
That
sap that I've been
stick?
carrying for like forever, and I don't do non-lethal damage, and I'm not gonna do non-lethal damage. I think in book 6, I'm gonna try to kill everything that tries to kill us. So I'm gonna take this sap I
Okay.
have, and I'm gonna poke the red stuff with it. Uh-oh. Derek's not
Okay.
having... Or no, that was the
No, that's
other
his
Derek, I
copy.
think.
Yeah.
You poke
His
the
copy, yeah,
sap
the
in,
faux Derek.
and you.
To be
you
fair,
s-
I've dropped twice so far.
You can see and feel it go into this like gelatin, so it's going in.
Mm-hmm.
But you also start to notice that it's starting to just take acid damage every round.
Okay, it's corroding and eating it away.
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay.
I feed it the sap. Goodbye, sap. I use you for like 1 or 2 encounters.
Hmm. Could no. 'Cause
So we know it eats away non-living material, but now we have to do the other test. So I'm going to lightly
I think
put
it's
my palm of my hand onto the red stuff.
hang on, Raz. I think it's fairly obvious it's going to corrode anything. Most things do.
I'm
It's not
doing
like it's gonna
science.
All right. The first
okay,
round
okay.
of contact, you will take 4 acid damage. Do you
Okay.
stay in another round?
No, if I feel it, eating away at my skin, I pull back.
Okay.
The science has been done.
You pull your hand out, and you still have gelatin all over your hand, and you continue to take acid damage the next round. You take 4 more acid damage.
I start to
I
fling my hand
precipitated off.
in the
I
air.
yell, Raz, sit still, and I precipitate the red stuff off his hand. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to do that till the next round, so I think he still takes the round damage, but
I'm not sure if prestidigitate works on this particular.
I'll try just wiping it off on the surrounding walls if I can. Or if it's not even on my... Is it even on my skin?
I think prestidigitate only dries people. It doesn't remove.
I mean,
it might need
substances
more.
from-
it does
to
minor tricks.
Get it off.
Yeah, this
but-
isn't minor. This is major.
Can anybody make water? Maybe I can wash it off.
You take another 4 damage from the acid.
Okay.
I don't have any water. I mean, water skin.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah, pour
I
some
can't
water
make
onto my
water.
hand or something.
sure. I'll pour some water onto Raz's hand.
Okay.
Before he
I'll try to
gets
wash
his
it off.
water out and pulls it out, you take another 4 damage, and then he'll pour the water onto your hand. And you wash away the gelatin from your hand, and the acid is no longer harming you.
Okay, so...
Okay, so this is.
It seems like you can wash this off with water, so do we
Nastier
have
stuff
a
than we
large
thought,
amount of
though.
water that we can use to, wash it away?
Well, my first thought is that the term makes the passage. Can anybody conjure, or does anybody have anything acidic that we can throw on the gelatin?
Hmm.
I don't know.
acid
I don't
splash?
think I carry around acid.
The acid splash is not on the wizard cantrip list, and and I don't have it prepared even if it was.
Acid Splash is definitely on the wizard cantrip list.
Is it? Okay, I don't have it on my sheet at all.
Yeah,
I just have
know
Ray
you
of
don't
Frost
have
on
it.
here.
I know you don't have it.
I guess I didn't put every single spell I could, or every single cantrip on there.
Well, yeah, putting all the cantrips is tedious.
I have a bunch.
Secret loves it when you load the entire spell list into
But no.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, really.
No.
But,
No,
but yeah,
I-
but remember that wizards
okay.
have every cantrip.
Theoretically, I could prismatic spray and hope
You
to
could.
roll a 2. That's a 1 in 8, or 1 in 7.
One moment.
I could limited wish, but it's no. I'd have to cast it spontaneously because I already cast it today. and I still don't even know like what effect I would go for. Does Johnny perhaps have Acid Splash or some kind of open spell slot you can prepare an Acid spell in?
I have fire spells.
Yeah, but you're a cleric, so you have access to the full spell list. So if you have open slots, you might have a spell you could prepare now.
I don't know of any clerical acid spells.
I don't think Johnny has open spell slots.
And I don't.
Okay. Yeah, I don't either. I haven't played cleric like at all. But
Yeah, I thought I had a wand of something, but
let me check my scroll and
Doesn't
wand
look
list.
okay.
Hang on. I have a 12 bird feather tokens. We could send them in.
There you go.
yeah,
There's nothing
I
in
had
this
nothing.
room, like furniture-wise, right?
Correct.
I could do like a beast shape or something. And like figure out a creature that Wait. Acid damage, is that affected by DR or not? Like stone skin? Like we did in that one
No.
it's not.
dungeon? Okay.
It's an energy effect.
Yep.
Yeah,
energy
by the way, I have
doesn't
this wand of
use
stone
CR.
skin that I should be using on like Raz.
Otherwise, would have taken any damage.
Or not Raz, on Nimitep and Raheem. Pluto, remind me to use stone skin on you if we have a fight coming up.
Mm.
No, I don't have anything that will help in this situation from wands or scrolls that I can tell. Unless there's some kind of beast shape I can turn into that would have a way to do acid, if that even
I guess-
works.
The next thing to do then is to go through with the water thing, just because it's what we can actually do. So.
Yeah,
switch
Johnny
water
doesn't
on,
have like
water,
create water
skin.
prepared, do you? Or like something like that? 'Cause I
have create
don't.
Water.
You do have create water. Do you have
Yeah.
it prepared? Because then we
Yeah.
theoretically have a limitless supply of water. So it
Yep.
would be tedious to splash the water on over and over, but we could do that.
Be like a kid in the
Maybe.
pool and start splashing everyone.
Unless this like refreshes itself, there might be a source that's
Yeah.
coming from or something.
Okay, so given that, maybe like we'll have like I'll dump my water skin water onto the red gel wall
Okay.
and see what happens.
Nothing
'cause Johnny
happens.
can just refill it. Damn.
Okay, you did bring up another point though. Where Raz stuck his hand into the wall, did the gel refill, or is there like a chunk of the gel that's being like?
Is my hand
No
is
gel
there
is missing.
impression?
Yeah.
Or wait,
Okay, so the gel seems to come back then.
No noticeable amount, at least, right?
On
Besides the bit that
where?
just stuck to his hand.
on the wall, like nothing
The
happened to the
wall,
wall. Like
yeah.
you put the water on it, nothing happened. Like the gel does not seem
No,
to
from
care or
Raz's
react.
hand.
Oh well, you washed the gel off of the hand, so there's no gel on the hand anymore. But the gel might be like splooge on the ground somewhere.
Right, but gel had to leave the wall to get onto the hand. So is there a noticeable
Splooge.
amount missing, or it's just negligible?
It's negligible. It's like sticking
Okay,
your
yeah.
hand in a bucket of
Okay,
creamy
so
something. I
it
don't
says acid damage. It's possible we could like blast through it or cut through it with something that is a stronger material, like an adamantine flail. Because it should ignore the acid damage, right?
No.
Because it has hardness. Is that not how that
know.
works?
That's not how that works.
Well,
Acid can eat anything, essentially.
Well, I
Yeah,
can
it
try and
depends.
blast the wall. Something. Like I've already used 3 disintegrates today, but I could use a 4th one. That's why I have my staff here.
No, we do have the disintegrate option. That's true.
Or I could try lightning bolting the wall.
Go for either of them.
Yeah,
Do
just try
one
something.
and then the other. I'll be standing over here.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I want to try this first.
Do it.
I hope it works, but I'm not sure it's gonna work. I'm going to cast spiked pit underneath the gel.
You can't
Science.
see the floor underneath the gel to target that square.
I'll target, like, I don't know where the squares are, but like something like that. Can I target like that, like just right where the edge of the gel is?
Okay, you do that, but nothing happens.
So the gel doesn't fall in the pit.
It might,
Does
but
a pit even appear?
yeah, I don't think a pit can appear there, but for the sake that, let's say it does, no, the gel does not fall into the pit and fill the pit, and it doesn't seem to drain the hall, but it might fall within the limit of one side of the pit, not the other side of the pit. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? There's still a wall.
You know,
I
I
don't
think it's
understand.
not like. It's like, because, like, if you picture, like, a big old cube of gelatin, if you put a little hole underneath it, it doesn't just sink into it. It's still solid enough that it
Yeah,
it
well,
doesn't
maybe we
go
need
in
to
there.
cut it off the wall so it'll fall down.
Yeah. But, I mean, who knows how much of this stuff there is?
That's
Yeah,
I mean,
kind of
because we see it on both sides.
Yeah, you're seeing it. Yeah, you're thinking there's
It could
probably
be this
a
huge,
lot.
like, ring.
That's a safe assumption based on what you do see here.
Okay. Well,
When I put my hand to it, did it feel like it did have some give, though? Like, could I walk into it?
Yes, it felt like gel, like a not quite like a liquid, but you know, gelatin. And so you felt like you could probably maneuver in it. It might be really hard, but you do know that it's gonna hinder your movement. So it's gonna be more than difficult
yeah.
terrain. It's gonna be like double difficult terrain, and then you'll be like taking acid damage. Is your
If only I took the rage power that gives me acid resistance, I could just be like, you know what, guys, I'm gonna get
I was
really
gonna say-
angry and just walk through it.
yeah.
if Johnny had another resist energy could do acid, that would be amazing. But
There's-
maybe we just come back tomorrow. Honestly, like,
We
I don't think
could.
that's a terrible idea.
Well, if you're gonna come back tomorrow, you might as well experiment more while you're here.
Well, no, I'm saying tomorrow when we have communal resist energy and can.
But what
Cast
she's
it for
saying is we
acid.
still have our resources right now. We might as well use them if we're
We
just gonna
don't
get-
though, because we don't have resist energy acid, which is
That's
what we
not
But I mean, what about
the
other options?
solution to your problem.
need, or some kind of spell that does acid. Like, I don't have any. I don't think I have anything I can do. Like, can I disintegrate
Yeah,
this?
I
Sure.
know.
Is it going to
You
make
can
a hole
try
in it?
anything you
Probably.
want.
But is it going to
You have
help
two
us?
other
Probably
options
not.
that you have the ability to do. Your lightning bolt and your disintegrate. They might not work, but we won't know until you try, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just since there seems to be so much of this stuff, I don't think it's worth spending a disintegrate, and I can
Okay.
try the
Oh, because you
lightning
guys are
bolt.
gonna need that because you're gonna go rest. You're gonna need that disintegrate, so don't worry about it.
Well, no, it's from my staff, and I can only recharge
Oh,
one charge
from
a
your
day.
staff, yeah.
Yeah, and I've already used 6 charges today, so using up to 9 means I cannot cast a disintegrate from my staff tomorrow. So it's actually kind of a big deal.
All right, Pops doesn't want to do it, but you have that other option. Nimitep was.
I
telling
can
me.
lightning bolt.
We could try that.
I'll try it. Why not? This thing didn't do that well earlier. I guess it did okay, but all right, I'll cast
step
lightning
away
bolt
from
at the
you,
wall. Let me
Since
know.
I'm lucid right now.
Let me know if you want me to.
I don't always
roll
want you to
something for
shoot AOE's at me all the time. You can most of the time. but not all the time.
Yeah, no, not. There's no need to. Yeah, do you want me to actually roll something for the spell, or just say I did it?
Just 1 second.
Are earth elementals immune to acid?
Surprisingly,
Maybe.
no.
Okay.
Acid is a weird energy. Like, it actually works a lot of the time on things that are Earth.
Well, it's bizarre even calling acid an energy, but yes, I understand.
Yeah.
What's the caster level of your wand or your lightning bolt?
10. It's 10th caster level. Yeah.
They just didn't know what to call Earth energy damage.
Okay. When you shoot the lightning bolt at the gelatin, it seems to conduct it. And from your knowledge of magic, you're willing to bet that the amount of energy this wand outputted was, lucky for you, not enough to cause a backlash. If you would have used a stronger electrical spell, it's possible that it would have, like, zapped you and your allies back. And now the gelatin seems a little conductive. Amplifying the energy.
Cool.
I think we need an
Oh.
acid source.
Yeah. I don't think we want to keep applying non-acid to
But
this material.
nothing happened to the gelatin, so there's no hole or gap or anything like that.
Perfect. So this is where I go to the cleric spell list and look for acid spells.
Sorry. I mean, this is totally, like, shot in the dark. Like to like makes the passage. So we put electricity up here. What if we then try putting electricity down here, and maybe that will open...
Yeah, maybe.
Like, maybe if you put electricity, the same element, at two of these doors, it'll make a path between those doors? Like to like makes the passage?
Brad says that sounds like science.
Right now.
Okay, sure. I think there is some wisdom in that. It doesn't make magical sense to me from what I know of magic, but
Hey,
I
my
also know
wisdom is
magic
higher than my
has
intelligence, so I'll accept
many.
that.
Yeah, my magic has many interesting things that it can do. So perhaps I just don't understand all this. So I will do it again, but shoot at the south wall here, the south red gel. And lightning bolt wand has 1 charge left, which is fine.
All right.
So I shoot the gel.
With what?
The lightning bolt wand.
Okay, you do that. Nothing happens. It seems to conduct it.
Okay.
Or give it more amplified energy.
Okay. Well, it was worth a shot.
Yeah, it was not a bad idea.
Well, did you shoot at both
But
doors,
think
or because I heard you guys were talking about it?
Shot
but...
at the north door, and then I shot at the south door.
Oh, okay. So one round this, and then the other round that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you did that, something's gonna happen. Energy is gonna shoot forth and strike at multiple targets, as you have given it way too much electricity. And causing a chain reaction of a...
Well, that does tell us something then.
Chain lightning
But maybe it'll make a passage.
spell. And...
That tells us that all of the red gel is one thing.
Let's see, 1 per minute.
It's also good that we used electricity because we have resistance.
Because we have electric resist. Yeah,
That wasn't the plan,
also
but
true.
I'm willing to say that it was.
Yeah, right.
It's gonna be all 5 of... Wait, how far is Raheem from Johnny? 35?
We're 35 between me and him.
Okay, yeah. So Raheem won't get hit by this.
Raheem's smart. He's standing away from Wizpops' crazy magic antics.
Alright, so I need a reflex
I think I need the
save.
map again.
Okay. From everybody
reflex.
but Raheem.
Nakushin.
I guess I can just prepare acid
That would
splash
be my weakest save.
as a cantrip.
Ooh, but I rolled good.
Let's see. I'm trying to pull up something. $11. Okay, so you guys all save for half
Hey.
of uh
Big boy damage.
46 lightning damage.
Okay.
As a chain
so
lightning
then-
arcs and strikes you guys all. So yeah, it's
Then
a safe
we all save-
bet
we
not
all
to
we
do that
resist.
anymore.
Nah, it's fine. It's fun. I feel alive.
It
Electricity!
was interesting, Wispop.
Did the chain reaction burn away the gel?
No, the gel seems unharmed.
It's still there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we throw any element at this except acid, it's gonna have some kind of negative repercussion. That's my
Will
guess.
it though?
I think you were right when Nematep said that. I mean, we can try something else, like if we have some kind of fire or cold or sonic. But like I can fireball it, sure. Why not? I'll fireball the gel at the top. The caster level 15 fireball.
You want to
This
fireball
is
where?
smart. I don't think I should actually do it, for the record. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
If we want to know for sure, I can do it. Yeah, I don't have Ray of Frost prepared, unfortunately. What other evocation do I have?
Well, who didn't get hit? Raheem didn't
Alright.
get hit, right?
Flaming Sphere,
So-
here we go. Flaming
We're-
Sphere.
Why don't we just all scooch over here so that we're not near this when it does its thing?
Okay. Sure.
Whatever, I don't care.
Wiz will stand out in the open.
He doesn't care. He's going to stand right in front
Well,
of the gel.
the thing the thing is that it struck out at one person then spread from that one person. So really, we just want to all be spread out if it's chain lightning. Which
it's
is what it
gonna be
looked
fireball.
like.
It's not going to be chain lightning. It's going to be some sort of like firestorm or something, right?
Yeah, and it's probably gonna
Maybe.
hit you if you're all grouped up. Would be my guess.
Firestorm? Well,
So,
We'll find out.
We're about to find out.
anyways,
you're gonna
I'm not
flaming
doing that.
sphere?
I'm casting
No?
Flaming Sphere,
Okay.
your favorite fire spell that you told me it's finally useful. I'm casting it on a wall of acid crap. So
Okay. So you cast your flaming
I wouldn't
sphere.
stand right next to it though. I'd be like back here. Let's be.
Okay. How much damage does your flaming sphere do this round?
It does the same as everyone's Flaming Sphere, which is 3d6,
Please
which is
roll
why it's
that.
not
you gotta
good.
roll
It
it.
doesn't scale.
Yeah, you gotta roll it.
Oh, roll the damage.
That's what the
Okay.
game master's asking, yes.
11 damage.
Okay. Let me take a look here. You now have a flaming sphere inside the gelatin. It looks like, from as much as you can tell, because the gelatin is really thick, it looks like some of the gelatin surrounding the flaming sphere is kind of, changing. I see some swirlies
good.
going
Let's
on
just-
there.
I'm gonna concentrate to move it around in the gel, because this is a good idea.
So you're gonna spend another
Yeah.
round, let it stay in there?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and roll your damage. Okay. The gelatin seems to be, you see, like, it's getting thinner, on the outside where you're at, but where the fireball is, you're starting to see, like, a thick something else. It's not gelatin anymore, but you see some swirls going on in there, and it's looking kind of strange in there. It's hard to say what's going on.
Maybe it's making a fire elemental. That would be cool.
Do you
Or
leave it in there
burning.
for another round?
Yeah, we gotta experiment,
Okay,
right?
roll
Unless
your
anyone
damage.
stops me.
Something is happening.
Yeah, something.
Okay.
Probably not good, but
The gelatin bursts away and it releases a cloud of gas, and the gas starts to spread. Oh, and look.
Acid fog.
A
Raheem
gas.
and Whizpops is in this gas. And, oh shit, I need to open the spell up here.
oh, everything's fine.
Is it? Is it? Is it fine?
It's an incendiary
It's
cloud,
fine.
maybe.
I like these
I
experiments.
have
I need a fortitude save. As this is a poison contact.
Or it's
Oh.
cloud kill.
Oh, yeah, it might be cloud
Don't
kill.
even have to inhale. It just
Yep,
touches
I rolled well. It's fine. I've rolled
no.
1, 2, and
Whizpops.
2 on my saves today,
You don't
and
need all
2
that
maybe.
constitution.
Alright, Raheem, you're fine. However,
Obviously, yeah. 20.
Whizpops, you're
Damn it.
gonna take 6 con damage, and you're paralyzed for 1 minute.
Oh.
You're paralyzed. Okay, let's go fix that.
Yep, I'm gonna go grab
6
him.
con damage and paralyzed.
Good thing
Okay.
he's right at the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, good thing he's right at the edge. I'm gonna grab him.
This does not affect my max health appropriately, so
Don't worry too much about that. I'm sure you guys are gonna take care of it.
we'll probably heal it up
Yeah.
after we get me out, yeah.
We've gotta get the poison
Yeah, we have to deal
out
with
of
the
him.
poison.
Okay. And so you guys drag him out of the cloud, and the cloud dissipates after 3 rounds, and then Whizpops is paralyzed for an entire minute.
Keep in mind, my sphere is there because I cannot move it if
the
I'm
sphere
unable to
is
concentrate.
there now, and there
Right.
is no gel in that square now. So there
Because
is.
you have to
Oh,
continue making
it dissolved
saves.
It did.
Moving the sphere is a mental action.
It's a move action using a concentration, yeah.
I think it'll expire before he's gets another chance. 'cause
Well,
he's
I mean,
already
once they
used
pull
3
me out,
rounds.
I can probably concentrate, right?
You're paralyzed
For 1 round, or how long?
for a minute. That's 10 rounds.
Oh,
Yeah.
for a minute? Oh, okay. Then yeah, the sphere's just sitting in there wherever it's at, doing fire stuff. Do you want me to
I
roll a
have,
bunch, or is all the gel around it?
Oh, it's not
Gone.
going to harm any of the gel around it. It already cleared out the square it's in.
Okay.
But yeah,
So,
by
yeah,
the
it
time the
kinda burnt out all
paralyzed
the
is
gel there.
gone, your sphere spell will only have like a round or 2 left. But
A round or 2, that's fine.
Yeah.
It just sits there, yeah. So if we fast forward to when I'm not paralyzed, this con damage, is it like permanent or does it wear off?
it's con damage, so you have to deal with it just like any other damage.
It'll wear off. It'll just take a week.
Hey,
someone before that.
Johnny. Or wait, you can?
Sure.
How much of it can you heal?
1d6.
That's pretty good.
I heal
God
1
damn it.
con damage.
Hey, Johnny. I mean, at least I don't have a negative mod anymore.
Oh, you had -2 on it, right?
Yeah, but I mean net negative
Oh,
with
yeah.
my 14, yeah.
Can I help you?
Can you cast lesser restoration on me by chance?
Yes, I can.
That would be lovely, considering I took 6 con damage and Raheem healed 1, thankfully. But yeah, getting rid of at least 4 more would be wonderful. Wait, does lesser restoration even cure that much?
It heals
ability scores
1d4.
and cures
Is that like a
1d4
D4?
points of temp ability
As long as
damage.
it's damage.
As long as
Yeah,
it's
it
temp
is
ability
damage.
damage.
Yeah, it is. Unless, yeah, that's what I was told it is.
What are we doing?
So, I'm asking Johnny to cast Lesser Restoration to try and heal more of the con damage.
Yeah.
So, I think just one cast of it should probably help out a lot. If you roll a 4, it's amazing. If you roll, like, a 1, it's useless.
Considering that he
So.
doesn't have the greatest con, he's actually concerned.
God damn it.
Your con's not bad. You got a 14. You know, it's just your strength and dex that sucks.
Yeah, but there's
and your wisdom and your
basically
charisma.
no difference
Gotcha.
between
You're a
a
min-maxer.
5 and a 4.
Yeah.
I'm an old man, okay?
That didn't seem to do much.
Yep.
Hmm.
Alright, whatever. I mean, I don't know if Raheem can do it again or if you want to do it again.
Hold on.
If you can, great, but...
And I will do it one more time.
Alright, that's a lot better. Okay, perfect. Perfect. I'm at 1 con damage now, so it does effectively nothing. Perfect. Thank you so much. But on the bright side, too, I think this is now kind of opened up. Can we see through where the gel was?
There's just an empty block, but there's still gel surrounding.
Oh, so there's a lot of gel.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of gel.
I mean, I knew there was a lot, but like I thought this was only like 5 feet thick. But we see more past it.
So theoretically, one of the options we could have is putting like a life bubble on the whole party and then just burning away this shit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can stand further back and do like a fireball or something.
You could. We could try to burn
You
this
guys
stuff
think
away.
that's a good idea?
Well, okay,
Raheem, don't you have the fireball necklace? Actually, you probably don't want to use that. I'll just cast fireball. Let's back off though. So
Paladins are immune to disease, right? It's not poison.
That's correct.
So I was gonna say, why don't you just hack away at this stuff with your sword? Because you have a flaming sword.
Yeah.
well, it's gonna do acid damage to it, right?
Well, maybe the
Maybe.
fire will, like, protect it for most of the stuff.
If I enhance it strong enough, it might get enough hardness that the acid can't hurt it.
Yeah.
If I
How does
use
that
divine bond or
rule
something.
actually work? On like weapon hardness? Because I thought the adamantine flail would do that because adamantine has hardness, right?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Like adamantine has a hardness of 20. Does that mean it ignores 20 up to 20 damage to it when it gets
Well,
hit, or is that not the same
elemental
as like
damage-
creature hardness?
That's kind of how it works. But elemental damage, I think, does like, or energy attacks do heck. Like you divide the damage by 2 before applying it versus the hardness. And
I
then
don't
has to
think
get through the
that's.
hardness usually.
I've
Unless
never
it's,
read that rule
unless
before.
it's something that's specifically.
Elemental damage does get affected by hardness, just like physical damage does, from my understanding of hardness. So unless we find something that says otherwise, that's the knowledge I have. So if it's DR 10 and you do 20 acid damage to it, it's going to ignore 10 of the damage, but take 10 acid damage.
So I guess my question
I
here
mean,
is,
if it's particular.
can we?
Okay, so here's what the text for energy attacks against hardness says for damaging objects.
Okay, because it doesn't say anything in the special
energy
depends-
attacks deal
materials.
half damage to most objects.
Right.
yeah.
So it kind of the thing that matters here is if you consider that the acid does particularly effective against like metal, then it might do full damage to the weapon. But
Yeah.
otherwise, energy does hard. But yeah, hardness actually works like resistance and DR, like a Unlike like DR, it actually does work like
Yeah, it's weird.
resistance as well.
So I guess my point is if we have a hardness 20 adamantine flail, that shouldn't take any damage from this acid, right?
You're not sure.
But what is the flail? I mean, the sap certainly didn't seem to do anything but get corroded away.
Right, but it wasn't
And
adamantine.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends. It depends on how much damage the acid actually does, and if it's like particularly effective.
Well, we know it did 4 to Raz, right? I mean, obviously we don't know like the number in character,
Yeah.
but it's like
Well, I only
it
put
did
my
a
hand
little bit
on
of
it.
damage over a long time.
I haven't
So if
tried
you're-
like submerging anything or myself in.
Sure, but I mean it's not like the sap instantly disintegrated, right? It took some
No.
time.
Yeah, so maybe.
So
maybe
I
hit
feel
it
like
with
the
an
damage
adamantine
wasn't
flail,
that
it'd be
high.
fine.
So
Maybe, I don't
you're
know.
so you're suggesting that I go and
Otherwise I can
whack the
fireball.
stuff with my flail?
That or I can fireball it.
I mean, I'm
But,
willing to.
Like it produced like a cloud kill. I think is maybe that effect. I don't know what that effect was from a flaming sphere. So fireball might be
Right.
more devastating.
Could be.
It's risky. So that's I'm
mean,
putting the two options
I'm
out
not
there and asking which
sure
one do you think we should
If
do?
my flail could clear away this stuff, but I'll try. I'll walk up to the red stuff and I'll try to hit it with my flail, see if it clears
Why don't
any
you hit it
away.
where there's already a gap? Because then it's hopefully thinner there. Or do you not like the idea of going in where there's like a gap in the stuff because it might like collapse in on you?
Maybe. We just want to see if it works.
Does adamantine count technically as metallic, right?
It's a type of metal.
It is a special
It is a
kind
type
of
of
metal that
metal.
has
Yeah.
hardness 20.
Okay, so when you strike at it, it seems to kind of... It's not like it's striking back, but when your weapon hits it, it almost felt like it got struck back.
It like reverberates.
And your weapon is going to take... hold on. And what's the other? Okay.
I think, too, sometimes
Your
there's effects that
weapon's
ignore
gonna
hardness.
take 14 physical damage and 8 acid damage, but nothing happens. It doesn't seem to harm the gel at all. Maybe some gel splooges out and
Okay.
smacks your face and burns a whisker.
Okay, so
But yeah, doesn't seem like an effective method at all.
I guess your weapon lost 2 health or something weird. If it did full damage even, it could have even done half.
Well, the physical damage probably doesn't hurt it very much, but the acidic damage might do damage to it.
I mean, the acid damage should be affected by the hardness, just like the physical.
Right.
His weapon
Yeah,
does
let's
not
not-
take any damage, in all honesty.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
But the point
But it
is
didn't
is that
seem
it
very
didn't work.
effective.
Yes.
Yeah, it didn't work.
There are
Okay, yeah,
cases
science
that
has been
say
done.
this ignores
Ignore hardness.
ignores items hardness. Like I've seen
Yeah.
that plenty of times. So
Alright, well,
you never know.
let's everyone back off, and I'm gonna shoot a fireball at this thing. I'm gonna be like back
Okay, I'll back off.
here, I guess. This is a medium range spell. I can cast it from pretty far,
Yeah.
and hopefully it doesn't like go through this gel and like circle back on us or something. But
Yep, I pulled Nematette
We'll
back
see.
with us.
Okay.
Since Wiz Puffs
Draw
is
your
gonna start
circle in a
flinging
targetable
fireballs.
square.
let's see, drawing. Wait, pointers, circle, 20 foot. Then I have to put it on the plus, right? So like, put it there. I guess I'd be standing over here then, so I can
Also, I'll
see
be
that
right back
spot.
real quick.
Sure, if that's where you want. Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna cast fireball.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
At least it maxes at 10d6.
One more square clears away and turns into gas.
Ouch.
But the gas doesn't reach us, I assume.
Nah, it's only a 30-foot.
I'll get rid of this.
Yeah, you guys will be there in no time.
How long does your
Wherever
flaming
you're
sphere last?
going.
15 rounds.
And it took about 3 rounds for that to clear 1 square. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping, like, since the fireball was bigger, it would clear out a large area.
I
Because the
agree.
flame sphere is only 5 feet. But the fireball, it seems like all the gel around it absorbed the damage, and it only did a small bit of damage, so. Dang. Yep, I think I'm out. I'm out for today. I don't have any other ideas. I guess I can detect. No, I already detected magic on the wall. I can detect magic on the hieroglyphs on the floor. Are they magical?
No.
I didn't think they were. Okay. I can
I'm gonna
innervate the
try
wall. I
something.
haven't tried negative energy damage yet.
I'm going to take my wand of metal detection.
Okay.
I'm just going to walk along the perimeter of the wall, like pointing at the wall, just to see if I can detect any metals
Okay.
in a certain direction.
You do that, and you don't detect any metals.
All right, it's worth a try.
The other thing I can do is if we can figure out where we want to go, I could try dim dooring us to the place we want to go. But the problem is if I don't know exactly where we want to go, we're going to get like put into a wall and it's going to push us into the acid stuff.
Oh, you know what,
I
Nimitab? To be fair, this is like an alchemical creation, which could potentially have like metals within the formula. So it's possible
Right.
that you
There
detect...
could be like trace bits of metal,
yeah,
but
yeah. Oh. But no main
Yeah.
source of metal, yeah.
So it sounds like we're sort of at an impasse until we get some new
unless
resources.
someone can divine. When's the last time we used that mythopoetic sphinx? Has it been a week?
That was recently, wasn't it?
I thought it was relatively recently. I don't think it's been a week.
When did you guys use that?
Because we could
Do you
ask
recall
legend lore about
what
this
moment it was?
material. I don't remember. No, it wasn't the
Something
lightning
you
bird
guys
things, was
did
it?
During a
Yeah, we've only
certain
been-
time.
We
It,
got
it definitely
to,
hasn't been a week. I don't think.
Yeah, we got to the slave trenches a week ago, and we used it while we were
okay.
in them. So it's been
Yeah,
it's only
that's
been
fine.
like 4 days or 5 days at most.
Okay, fine. Actually, there's something I can probably do. Let me see. Because I can cast Lesser Wish and wish for whatever magical effect we think will work. And I can cast it using my spontaneous slot rather than, because I already used the prepared slot. The limited wish.
Ooh, what are you
So-
gonna wish for?
The problem is I don't know what will work, but I assume acid will work. So I have to go spell hunting.
Okay, Wispop starts thinking in his head.
I hope his thinking is in his head.
He could just be bumbling about. I don't know. It's hard to tell with him sometimes.
Hmm.
Let's get that haste off, you guys. Cool. Oh, and bless. He's trying to find the max damage acid spell.
I'm just trying to find one that like can hopefully hit more than just one square. Acid fog. Otherwise, there's one other one I saw. I can do a 60-foot line of acidic spray. So acid fog or acidic spray are the two I'm looking at. The problem is, like, I could use the line, but I don't know where it's going to go. I could use the fog, but is the fog actually going to eat this stuff away and spread like I want it to?
Only experiments can answer those questions.
Functions like solid fog, functions like fog cloud. Bills out from where I designate. I'm trying to figure out how it just says spreads in 20-foot radius. Don't know how that's going to interact with the gel. Alright, well that's what I got right now, is one of those. You guys, Wispops will tell you what he's considering. Either an acid fog, kind of in that gap we made, and hope that it spreads out, or shoot a acidic spray, which is like a line of acid down through one of these doors.
The fog sounds fine.
Okay, and that'll last 15 rounds, so it's maybe better that it's not instantaneous. So, do we want to do that? I mean, I'll do it. It's 1,500 gold, but it might let us move on today.
Do it.
Wispops is wealthy. He can afford this shit.
Yeah, I need to get back to town and get more diamond dust. Or diamonds, I mean, not dust. Okay, I use a 1,500 gold diamond. No, I don't need dust. I need a diamond. I just forgot what the spell needed. So, yep, spend 1,500 gold diamond, and I cast acid fog in the kind of gap we made in like the 5-foot
Draw your circle.
doorway.
Okay. This is a
That's
per
not my
round
circle.
damage.
No, it's much bigger than that.
Yeah, it should be like 20-foot radius, like this. So I should be able to target up there now, and I guess I'd be standing like over here, so I can see that spot.
Let me scroll up for a second here.
So 20-foot radius, 20 feet high, lasts 15 rounds. Every round, it does 2d6 acid damage to creatures and objects within it.
Alright, so you said this is 10 rounds?
15 rounds.
15 rounds? Okay. Round 1 that you cast it, what's its damage?
Assuming it uses my... Yeah, it should. I don't know. Damage 4.
Okay. Nothing happens. Round 2. Oops.
7.
Let's
I get tedious.
Okay, nothing happens. Round 3.
Hey, my rolls are getting better at least.
Okay. Something happens this round. a square clears away. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but it will, because you guys are kind of standing in
Yeah, I
strange
mean we'll
places.
walk up and inspect it after this is done. But we
Yeah,
do
we
you,
gotta.
do you want me to just roll like 12 more of these,
Sure, yeah, and then I'll do my calculations.
and I'll roll them individually so you can apply them how you want. All right, so that's another 3.
We'll just get rid of these squares. Basically, what's being revealed is what's cleared.
Okay. That should be 15 rounds of acid fog damage. And I don't know how this works, but technically it should be, if the fog is in there, it's hitting the left and the right side of it, unless the alchemical creation is somehow directing that
You
damage
do
to
not
one
get to
place.
control how this works, so you'll see what happens when it's finished.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
So it seems like the alchemical creation is like it's using all of its material from one place to keep the other places from collapsing.
All right.
So it's like it has
so
an
I
order
can
to it.
concentrate. Shh. Thank you. Okay. So
Somehow I don't think this was worth it.
okay.
Just need acid splash and do it.
Okay, your fog goes away, and when you guys go, I'm moving my window around for. When you guys go to inspect the tunnel, you see that quite a bit has been revealed. As the fogs the acid seemed to have created a chain reaction and removed multiple squares per 25
okay.
damage, or I'm sorry, per 10 damage. Anyways, I had to calculate
So
how
the
many
acid
squares.
worked pretty well,
Yes, the acid seemed to have
but
worked
it's
very
not all
well.
cleared.
If it is safe, then I will take a peek up and down the corridor to see if there's any other passages.
Not that corridor that you're
Yeah, I
looking
assume we
down.
walk around and there's not really any.
And if I go down here, then it turns into red gel again, right?
There's a little bit revealed, but yeah, it'll turn into
Okay.
gel.
Oh, maybe we go down the other way. Double
So
check.
I'll check down the other way.
I'll let you go first.
And I'm checking for traps.
Okay.
Oh, there's a corridor that's been revealed. I'll wait till everybody arrives.
Yeah, if you say, "Oh, there's a corridor down here," then yeah, I'd come in and make sure I'm keeping up.
Alright, congrats. You guys gain XP for that.
We got to a hallway. Okay, it was worth the 1,500 gold, I think. Then if we found
I mean, you
something
guys
here.
could have trucked through it and got the same XP. It didn't matter how. You just.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Is if we don't know that it's only going to do 4 damage around, but if it's only doing 4 damage around, we probably
Oh
could just
no,
walk
that
through,
was
use the channel, and
1d6
call it
points.
a day.
It's 1d6 damage per round. It's 1d4 if you still have gelatin on you when you come out of it. For
Okay, but still,
X amount of
1d6 around. We could have used like 2 channels instead of but we didn't know. So
yeah, well, it would have been
whatever.
uncomfortable. You would have been moving through gelatin. I don't know, man. It might
Or we
been
could have just come
weird.
back with the acid resistance, and we would have been perfectly fine. But that's fine. This was more fun. I will give it that.
It's funny, if you put cold damage on it, the whole thing freezes entirely and you have to wait a half hour for it to thaw.
Could you chip away at it?
Yes, but it'll give you the
Dungeons,
same
right,
amount
okay.
of
I was
acid
wondering if there's a
damage.
spell like that.
You'll still take.
Oh.
Yeah. It's his greatest alchemical creation. This isn't just nothing.
Yeah, I figured. I figured this was like some masterful art piece of a alchemical
What if you hit it
creation
with
that
Sonic?
was super crazy.
They
It's
call
jello,
it
right?
his
Does it wiggle?
brainchild. That's what they call it. His brainchild.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a
Common name
cool.
someone uses for his
Yeah,
life's work, basically.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a really cool material and situation, for sure. Like, it's fun. I'm a little bit sad that yeah, it was so
Yeah.
expensive to get past, but
Oh,
whatever.
well, you guys could have came back the
We
next
got
day
there.
and did like your acid splash or
Well, that's
acid
why I said like
arrows or
3
whatever.
times, and no
Yeah.
one seemed inclined to do that. So
Well,
here we are.
They don't know these things. They're not magic users. Well, some of them are. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
Did
I'm
we
not too
answer
worried
what
about it. I'm
happens to it if you hit it with Sonic?
Oh, Sonic? That one.
Because I was gonna say it goes really fast.
It says every 25 points of sonic damage dealt to the gelatin causes the stuff occupying a 5-foot cubic area of the hallway to explode outward in a 10-foot radius burst, dealing 4d6 points of acid damage to all those in the area. So it'll explode.
Okay, so it just blows up.
So that's
yeah.
kind of fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have not been too bad, but if we had like an acid splash, we could have literally just brute force acid splashed it. But whatever.
We could have, but we worked with what we had available.
If only we had
Yep.
acid splash.
It's only me that could have had it, so.
I peeks around the corner here.
Okay, it's a halls. It's a hallway.
Looking for trap.
Please, no more swarms. That's all I'm asking.
It's a swarm! No, okay, no
I mean,
trap.
no, we're equipped to handle swarms.
This is true.
I'm out of things to use against swarms.
It's a swarm.
You
of
have me.
Swarms.
Yeah, well,
I am your
you
resource.
can continue fighting swarms, and everyone else will continue to do nothing and wait. I can't imagine that that's very fun.
I'm pretty sure there's something you guys could do. You're just
Troop
not
of
thinking
swarms.
outside of the
Woo!
box.
Oh my god.
I mean, not
Yeah,
when they have
troop of
fire
swarms.
resistance. Also, my fancy grounds just like froze. Okay, we're fine.
That's because she's doing something with the map, or like with a combat tracker.
Shh, don't clue them into my shenanigans.
Whenever she
Something
adds
changed.
stuff, something changes the matrix.
Alright.
I was adding swarms. You guys keep talking about them as if you want them, so I'm like, well, I got lots of swarms.
I just
have
want to
these series with
use
swarms,
the
so-
innervation that I built my character for at 15th level. I'm made for innervation now, and it's been lots of swarms.
All right.
I did get to innervate the statue guys though in the last place.
Oh, let me.
Yay, a
Let
room!
me do this.
Oh boy, we're gonna fight undead. I'm ready for this one.
Look at all these sarcophagi.
Alright, let me
Peoples.
see
That guy looks
a
alive.
little bit.
Is it a people's?
Is it alive?
Why
Is
do
it
people
Meeple's
always
people?
move when I center in? Okay, let me just force move you guys so that I can center in. There we go.
Oh, these things look ugly.
What? That's rude.
Yeah, judging
Green
the
spiky
looks.
fellas.
Hurts their feelings.
Alright, this grand chamber holds a number of limestone sarcophagi in a close and along the north and south walls. Some are undecorated and others only particularly painted. Much of the plaster seems fresh, as though it was applied only yesterday. A narrow corridor exits the chamber to the north, which is where you guys are at, and a dark stone block bars the passage to the east. And in the room, you do indeed see 3 people. And I have the wrong tokens, apparently. It's fine, just
The wrong
those are 3
tokens.
people. Well, one of them's correct, but yeah. And you see 3 people, and oh, let's talk about this chamber while we're at it. Do I have the height? I guess we won't worry about the room's height until somebody asks me, I guess.
Welcome back, by the way.
How high is the room? Sorry, I'm kidding.
I have no idea. No idea.
How many drugs did you give the room? That might explain to her how high it is.
Ha ha ha. Wonderful.
I'm only joking to mask the pain because my computer is evil.
Yeah, this time when it shut down, it made him do a Windows update before he got in. So that's why it took so long to get back.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and it was one of those updates where it started to update and then halfway through it restarted again.
Yeah, it's most updates do that. It's because when they land new DLLs, they have like the old ones still there, and then they have it made so they flip on restart. Because you can't like change out your system files while they're in use by your system.
Here, I'll just do this. There we go. Correct tokens. Okay, so you guys see that these people in the room, well, Nimita, because she's the only one looking around the corner, sees that these people they seem to be working. Like they're artisans that are currently working on decorating the room. And the 2 artisans are wearing plain headdresses and loincloths. And the other individual sits near the center of the room, which is just sitting here, working on a floor painting of a harvest scene. And then, oh, I'm still missing tokens. Shoot, okay, let me... And there's some others working on inscribing hieroglyphs along the, north wall. North wall. There you go. Is that north? Yeah, that's north.
Okay.
And none of them seem to notice you guys.
Well, we did come in quietly.
I'll let you guys do your thing. I need to order food real quick. I have time to do it.
Is the room lit?
Wait, I'm sorry. This person... Wait, hold on. Let me try to figure out where this person is. Yeah, it's very well lit. Okay, I see what I have wrong. I'm sitting here reading and it's like, oh, there's this person, this person, this person. And let's have another, this person. Okay. Okay, so yeah, you see people working on the room, and the 2 people over here seem to be chatting while these 2 people are like working on hieroglyphs on the ground, and these people are working on stuff along the wall there, some painting.
Mm-hmm.
What are these 2 guys talking about? I listen intently.
Roll a perception. Okay. The 2 painters seem to be arguing good-naturedly about who is more talented, and chatting idly about the overseer, a man they call Dat.
The man they call what?
Dat.
Dat? Like that boy? Oh shit, that boy what?
That overseer.
Okay.
This is strange.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
I kind of like tap Nematep's shoulder and I ask her what's going on.
It looks like there's a bunch of artisans that are basically building and decorating this tomb as if it is newly made.
I growl, slaves.
They possibly.
I walk in front of Nematep then into the room.
Okay. You do that. And one of them looks up at you and steps forward with his hand out in a stop motion and says, in ancient Osirian, very fluently, and probably the most fluent ancient Osirian you've heard, you are not authorized to be in this area. You invite the kiss of a whip for your trouble.
I speak to him in my barely learned Nolish accent, ancient Assyrian, which I hope is as painful to his ears as his sight is to me. I tell him, the Sky Pharaoh would never authorize the people who are going to defeat him to be here, so I tell you, let these slaves go or face my wrath.
We are not slaves.
Is the overseer here?
Ah, yes.
I
I've
point
heard
to
this
the
interpretation of
people
Egypt
working on the
history.
stuff. I meant those slaves.
We are all hired artisans. Artisans. You don't see anybody in this room that looks like they're in command. They all
Okay.
kind of
Yeah,
look...
they all look like they're artisans.
Yeah.
I want to move in at this point and see what's going on.
I guess I ask in my barely learned ancient Assyrian, so you want to be here?
Some of them look like back and forth at each other, and then, one of them speaks up and says, well, I can't say the overseer's very nice, but we are getting paid.
Oh, so they're not slaves.
This is suspicious. Why are there people here?
Well, I mean, it doesn't seem that suspicious to me. Who wouldn't? What pharaoh wouldn't just commission people to make his house even cooler looking?
I ask them, where is the overseer?
One of them glances over beyond that stone block, and then they glance back over at you. Really, you should go.
Well, I'm afraid we can't do that. I don't have no quarrels with you fine artisans and people who are watching these artisans. It doesn't look like they're all working, right?
No one's watching them.
No, they're on break.
all look like
Oh,
artisans.
they're all on break. Okay. Well, all you fine artisans, I have no quarrel with you if you wish to be here, but I am going to destroy the master of this pyramid.
Oh.
So if you could point me in the direction that would both swiftly take me and my comrades to... I know this is going to sound weird, but there's this little glowy pyramid inside of this bigger pyramid. If you know where that is.
They
Or simply show me the door leading out of here.
look confused at you, And then one of them says, "You're speaking of Hakotep. Hakotep's not in the pyramid yet. It's not even finished. He's probably
Wait, what are you talking about?
out
Now I'm
and
confused.
about."
No, he's definitely here. I mean, as far as we know, right, guys? And I look back to everybody.
We don't know
Who are
for
we
sure,
talking
but this
about?
is his pyramid, Hakatep. I mean, I would assume he's at his pyramid. They said it's not finished. It's finished-ish. I mean, maybe not the insides, but the outside's finished.
No, the pyramid's still under construction. And the way out is the way you came.
What about that? What about that like sandstone over there? I point past the sarcophagus.
Only Husafdat himself can open that.
Oh, where is he? Is he your manager? I want to speak to your manager.
Their overseer.
He's not available right now. We can't just summon him.
I
They look
walk
at
up
each other,
and
they're like,
I
"This is
demand to
really
speak with your
awkward."
manager.
They're all like, "This is
I step up
strange."
to a little bit. And I want to use life sight to see if these are living people.
Okay,
So I'll activate that for a round.
you do, and they are. They're very much alive.
These are actual living non-construct or non-undead people.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a use.
I don't even have my weapons out right now. I'm just gonna get irate with them.
Think about it this way, like, think about a Karen walking into an art gallery and, like, demanding things upon them. Like, their expressions and reactions are like, "What is going on?" Like, just...
Yeah,
I
they're like really
will-
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Tell them,
I'm
do you
standing
see
back
this
here
mask?
with.
Do you know who
with a
I
weapon,
am?
But...
Lead me to your overseer immediately, and I'll intimidate them.
Oh shit!
Yeah, is there something valuable nearby that I could pick up? Because if there is, I pick it up and I throw it on the ground. And I say, I'm going to destroy one valuable piece of art until I speak with your manager.
No. You just see a bunch of sarcophagi, but nothing really valuable. Maybe
I
you
pick
grab
up a
one of their
sarcophagus
tools.
and
Oh, God.
I break it.
Oh, Jesus.
I get really angry with my rage, my 30
Okay.
strength.
Okay, alright, so you do that. You pick up a sarcophagus and you toss it to the ground and it bursts open.
Maybe just the lid.
Well, you'd have to break the lid off, you know, to do
Okay, I do that.
Okay, whatever. Okay, so you do that, revealing a mummified body and jewelry, and then you throw the lid to the ground. And moments later, the stone block that is at the entrance there starts to shift into stand and fall down. And you see a
Alright.
person come out. And he asks calmly, "What is going on in here?"
Who's
What is
I was
this?
hoping-
that?
I was hoping he was going to say, sir, this is a Wendy.
He's made up in very traditional ancient Osirian fashion. He's got a wig on. His face is very carefully made up. And he has a very important demeanor and stride about himself. But this
Alright,
is
I
where you
say,
see those two devils that, or creatures that you guys saw earlier.
The spiky looking motherfuckers.
Yeah, and they're with him, so...
They're flanking him. Okay.
Alright, well, I say it, I raise my voice so that he can hear me from where he is. So, I don't have a problem with all of these artisans doing their thing here, but I am very sure that the Sky Pharaoh, Hakotep, is in this pyramid and I'm here to destroy him, so if you can just, point us in the direction of deeper into this pyramid, like from where you came, then we'll be on our way.
He looks over at you and says, "And who is this lot? Not working at all, I see. Perhaps you need someone to motivate your energies properly. And he draws
Is he
his
talking to me?
sword. Yeah. And he orders you to kneel before him.
When he draws his sword, I draw mine.
I don't even think you see. Oh, you're probably not on the map.
No, I'm not on the map.
Yeah, you're probably up here with me.
We're in Sea Earth Crypt PC now, so you have the name if you need it.
I want to try something really ballsy here. I'm going to
Okay.
walk towards him calmly.
Okay, we're gonna go into combat because that's not how it's gonna
Okay,
play
I
out.
was gonna try to kneel before him.
Yeah, you'd have to kneel, not walk.
Okay, he wants me to kneel
he's
here.
saying kneel in place, not.
Yeah, but Johnny
I mean, you could
pulled
try and bluff
out
and be like, "I'm
their
coming up to
weapon,
kneel for you." Or
So
that's true.
I mean, that was the
I had-
idea.
yeah, I just
I
wanted
had
to
my
see
weapon
what
out
you
to
guys
begin
were all
with.
gonna
Raheem
do.
had his weapon out. My staff is obviously out. A wizard. I mean, sorry, my walking stick is obviously out.
Okay. So yeah, you start to make like that walking motion, Raz, and you can tell that like he's serious and we're doing combat and
You're not having it.
not
I
having
can
it.
tell that he is threatened.
Yeah, I mean, he might just try and like whip you or something, not actually like
Here's his
hit you
name.
right away, but we'll see. Also, at least I roll a good initiative, if nothing else. That's a good one to roll high on.
I rolled decent.
I rolled a 19 and a 20 today, I think, on initiative, and then I've just
So
rolled
1, 2,
crap
3.
on all my saves. 1 and 2 on all my saves. Pretty much.
I found the map. Yay!
Oh, yeah, okay,
Yeah, Sea Earth Crypt, PC. So now you have the name. If you want to search it, you can actually search it
So we got
in
everybody.
the
Okay.
map stuff too now.
So round 1. Oh, it looks like he gets to go
Yep.
first. Oh my god, I have so much
Wah, wah,
fun.
wah, wah.
He's gonna cast a spell.
Can I spellcraft that?
Sure.
Oh my god, I rolled another 20. All my good rolls are on useless things.
Hey, me too.
I'm pretty sure the 48 tells me what the spell is. Oh my god.
Let's see.
I want to save these 20s for disintegrate so I can crit it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Crit integrate.
Uh-oh. There's a circle on us. God, if this is another cloud kill, I'm gonna be
Okay.
sad.
So you know that he is casting mirror image, and there is now 7 of them.
Oh,
But
So
then
30-foot
he
circle
casts
on
a
us is
quicken
something
spell
else.
that you can't spellcraft, and
Oh,
kaboom goes a fireball. Everybody roll a reflex save.
he casts a quickened fireball. Okay.
Damn straight
Yeah.
he did.
A reflex. you
I
say.
rolled high for once. That's good.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
take
very
damage.
glad I have 30 resistance.
I've got some fire resistance.
I said you guys have fire resist.
I only see. Oh, okay, yeah.
Also, isn't fireball a 20-foot radius? But
Oh, sure.
not that it matters.
Not that it would matter. Here, I'll
Yeah, it's
satisfy
got us all. We're
your
good.
desires. There you
I mean, you just circle it, so yeah, there we go.
go. Raz fails. Raheem saves.
Yep, give me the
So
damage.
Johnny and Raz fails. Johnny and Raz.
Oh, so DC 17. Okay, okay.
So you guys
Yeah,
can
I was
take
close.
the full damage, and then those who saved will take half of 32 unless you evade.
I don't have any fire.
Someone's got that ring of
resistance, so
evasion.
16.
I
Think.
Somebody, yeah.
What do I have?
Oh yeah, I have the ring of evasion.
I have that
I
ring
take
of
no
energy
damage.
shroud though
Mm.
for fire, so this will give me some resist.
Yeah. It's resist 20, I want to say. I don't remember. But yeah, I have the ring of evasion, so I take no
reading it.
damage. I also had their Helm of
All right,
Brilliance.
that
Even,
was his
even if I
turn.
didn't have that, I would have been fine.
Oh, one of these gets to go. Oh, and
Ring of minor
the
energy
people
resistance.
during round 1, all these extra people, they'll like
Oh, it's only
start
10, I think.
fleeing to like the walls and corners. Like they have no interest in this fight at all.
Yeah, they're just artisans. I don't know how they've been here. Like, I don't think they're real. I don't know.
They look to be. I told you they look to be normal, alive humans.
Yeah, I don't trust you in this
No,
case.
that's
I think
fine.
there's, I think there's something.
Secret, you
you're
said the
missing.
damage was 16, right?
It was
For half, I mean.
Yeah, it was 32.
Half of 32.
So half of 32.
Okay, so I take 6 because of the ring of energy shroud. Okay.
Let's try this. I don't get to do this very often. It is going to cast a spell.
Again, geez, all the spellcasters here.
And it looks like this spell is targeting Raz, as it appears to be a scorching ray, as 2 rays will shoot out from it and strike at Raz's flat-footed touch.
Okay, so they're not that
AC.
strong.
My flat-footed touch. It's basically 0.
Oh, we hit.
33? Oh my
So there's
god.
1 ray. There's 2 ray.
I mean,
Okay.
luckily it's
And
fire
it
damage.
holds its
Oh, who's here?
position.
BRB.
And it's Wispop's turn.
He says that as it's his turn.
Yeah. No, I need to
Pump me full of
artillery
damage.
you guys while I can.
Yes, do it.
I don't know why the dude ran my doorbell like 6 times when it was the first time he...
Are you there? Your
Do you
fans
have a
here! Your
dog?
fans here!
I mean, I guess maybe he knocked quietly the first time and I didn't hear it, but yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. I have like a metal screen door.
Is it my turn? It is my turn.
in front of my
Okay.
door, so like I can hear when people open it because it's like, and it's like, okay, somebody's here.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So we got Fireballed, and he casts a Scorching Ray. So they like fire, apparently. Oh, I never get to do this. I kind of want to do it. I need to calculate range real quick. Oh yeah, some of these artisans are going to get hit.
They
Oh well.
might.
I'm gonna like fly up here. And I don't know, again, we don't know how high the ceiling is. I would be up in the air like 20 feet if I can be.
That's fine.
I don't know.
Not a problem. If I'm going to target you, I'll
And then
target you.
I'm going to shoot a prismatic spray that's going to hit a lot of the artisans.
Okay, you need to draw it
Oh, no.
because, yeah, they're there.
Oh, we're gonna have to like
And you
slide
know
your
they're
like
alive,
morality slider a
so-
little bit.
Oh, yeah, it's,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe this is a bad
It's a
idea.
little
but
reckless.
I don't
might
get to
be
use
a
a
bad
spell.
idea.
No, don't say it's a bad idea. It's just an idea. Go for it.
Let
You
me
do
think
you,
about this.
boo.
I want to do it. I don't care. I mean, maybe Wiz Pops is evil, but from this, but oh
Evil
man,
Pops is evil.
whatever. It's the end of the campaign. What's the worst that could happen? Pointers, cone. So I can
I
do
mean,
this way.
You were
Or I can
checking to
go-
see if they were constructs or something. Maybe even beyond your own magical detection, you still think that they're not people.
I don't think they could
No,
be real because
he
they're like
knows
from the
they're
past.
very much real. Like his life
Right,
sense
his magic is telling him that.
100%.
But Wiz Pops in his old
Oh,
brain is doing
gotcha.
mental gymnastics, telling himself, no, there's no way they can be people.
No way. It's not possible.
There's no way because they're from the past. They think the pyramid's not finished, and like Hakatup's not here.
So that's why I said maybe slide his
So,
little
it doesn't
morality
make
just a
sense.
little bit.
Yeah,
He's willing to endanger people to prove that he's right.
I mean, they might not die. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I'm hitting everyone that's in this cone.
Okay.
I think your decision checks out as your decision.
Yeah, I think it's a Wiz Pops decision.
What's a character without flaws?
Okay, so two of them have SR, but Wiz Pops' caster level check to get past SR is insane, because +6. Alright, now I get to roll some D8s. Yep. So
target the targetable guys first
I'm-
on your D8s, and then we'll talk about the artisans after.
okay, so
Just
I'll
give him
not
like the most
target
horrifying
anyone to
death.
begin with. Alright, I'm gonna start with the unidentified creature 2. I'm gonna go from top to bottom here.
Okay.
Okay, number 3. I probably should open up Prismatic Spray. I'm pretty sure that's like 80 damage. Of some kind. 3. 80
Three
damage.
might be the
electric.
good one.
Reflex half. So that's
The
pretty
good
good.
one's like 7, I think. Is it 7? I think the real good
Send to
one.
another
Eight's the good
plane,
one.
yeah.
Mm.
8's good because it does 2, but okay, so unidentified creature 2 needs to make a reflex save DC something. Wait for it.
Do you have your spell set up for that?
No, because it's a different save. I don't have a different cast to
Oh.
force the save every time.
Gotcha.
Like I'd have to have a cast set up for for a few of these at least. I haven't done that.
You said a reflex?
DC 27.
It saves.
Okay, so it's going to take half of 80, so 40 electric damage. And again, I don't know how to like do half of what the damage I have set up is.
It's fine, I can just do it. So it's gonna be 40 electric damage. It doesn't
40
seem
electric
to
to number 2.
resist or be immune to it all, so it seems to take all 40 of it.
Okay, maybe I should acknowledge these things first. Oh well. All right, now I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'm kinda
hit
curious
Husef
about
Dat. Remind me after this to acknowledge it. So D8 for the main dude. 4. Poison.
So basically a fort or die, I think.
With a initial effect death, yeah. So this is 2 consecutive fortitude saves to cure it.
So I need to
doesn't-
fortitude to see if I get
I don't know
affected.
how this works.
What's the DC?
It doesn't. Is there a save to see if it's affected, or is it just automatically
you
affected
save
with the poison?
first. No, you save first. It's save or negate, and then if they get affected, they have to
Okay,
save
it just- yeah, it
twice
doesn't
in
say
order to
that.
remove it. That's how poisons work.
Okay. So
Prismatic
DC is
Spray's
gonna be the
poison's
same.
particularly nasty too.
Oh, it is kind of
Yeah,
nasty.
it's a DC.
The initial effect
27,
is
right?
not the damage, it's
I'm
just
sorry,
death.
I can't. What'd you say the DC is?
Yeah, DC 27.
He saved, so he's not affected
Okay,
by the
so
poison.
he is not affected. Okay, that's lame. But dang, my DCs are high. Like their saves must be really good.
Well, you are at the end
Last
of the book.
Another 3. So 80 points electric, reflex for half, DC 27.
That's number 1.
On number 1, yeah.
He fails.
Okay, I can apply that one because
Oh.
it's dead.
No, I already applied it, so you just reapplied it.
Oh,
so
did you?
it's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
Okay, adjust it.
So that's the 3, and then I don't know what happens with the artisans.
So what's the not worst thing that can happen on Prisma Expert?
The weakest thing that can happen is you roll.
I mean, the
one,
weakest
and
is
it's
20 points of fire.
damage. Yeah, 1 through 3 is all just damage.
I think
4 is
saving from the
you die.
poison is the best, least likely.
I guess, or saving. I mean, flesh to stone is the blue.
So roll.
It's also fort negates.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3,
and
4,
the
5.
indigo's
What number is
insanity
your
with the wheel
poison?
negates.
Poison is 4.
4.
Okay, so 4 and 8, they potentially might actually survive, but all other things are going to kill them. So roll 5 of those dice.
4 and 5, they could potentially save.
Oh, 5. Okay.
Or they go insane on 6.
Insane, yeah.
6 is fine, they just go insane. Yeah. So wait, what do you want me to do? You want me to roll the dice for them?
Yeah, 5. 1 for each, yeah.
Yeah, they're well, one of them's an 8. I gotta roll the 8. Oh, it's another 8. 4 and 7. Okay, so the guy that got the 8 is hit by poison and then sent to another plane. God damn, why'd I roll 8s on them? Yeah. 5 and 4 are DC 27 save or die fort saves. So that's actually 3 of them. The 2 guys gonna die if it's 40 points of acid damage. I assume you're just looking for 20s on their saves.
Oh, they're pretty much all gone. One way or another. You just destroyed all the artisans in that.
They're all dead.
Okay.
Except this guy. He's fine.
he's fine. I guess he's the better artisan now because he's the only one left.
You get
That was
son.
not. Oh my god.
Well,
I mean, I did some
at
damage,
least there's this.
but-
The dude who saved against the poison effect still has to save it against it again because it takes 2 saves. Just the initial effect was death.
Does he though, or is he just not affected at all by it?
That's how poisons work.
Okay.
If you poison someone and it's cure 1 save, then yeah, they can get rid of on the first save. If it's cure multiple saves, if you hit them
They
with
have to
poison,
save against
they
it
have to
twice.
keep saving. It doesn't just... If it's a really strong poison, the initial save doesn't just kick it out of your system.
Okay.
Well, it depends on the poison, but
Yeah.
most poisons
Yeah,
aren't
so that's
actually
why it's like a
really
consecutive
strong.
fort saves.
So the ones that are
Yeah,
like,
most of them aren't.
Yeah, this one's pretty nasty. I agree.
Okay, go ahead and remove your
that's my
cone.
turn.
Yeah, you might be able to do some. con damage
Nimitip,
to
how
it.
do you feel about what just happened?
Pointers.
Well, allow me to just get rid of the tokens so that we have a reminder that they don't exist anymore.
Yeah,
I think one of them
put
got
red
turned to
X's
stone.
on them or something.
Okay, one's a statue.
Yeah, the one that... No, 2 of them got turned to stone. The 2 that got 5s.
Okay, we'll leave a stone over there. So they could potentially survive if you unturned them to stone.
I don't remember. Why did I not want to be evil in the first place? Because it changes the mask's powers?
Yeah, that's
can,
part of
yeah.
it. Also, you might get smited. Like,
I might
don't
get
think-
By
I think-
Rahim.
Like by Rahim?
Yeah,
Yes.
the paladin and the cleric
Right.
wouldn't like
I
that.
don't think I'd let you
True,
keep the
okay.
mask if you're an evil person. Like, this is
Yeah,
part of
okay.
this is part of the reason why we're letting you use it.
That's
Is that you're
true.
claiming
Okay.
at least that you'll be responsible and not
I
use
mean,
the power.
this had nothing
from
to
it
do with the
evil
mask.
things.
This is just what I would do either way, probably.
It's
not very reassuring.
I mean, these people cannot possibly be real, and we can discuss it after the fight. But I think we're probably in the moment. But I yell out when I do the prismatic spray, like, these people cannot be real. They cannot exist.
Alright, this creature... Oh, you also go up, Nimitap? Okay. That's what you wanted to do? Okay. This creature casts a spell.
Wait, is Neotep done? Is that all?
She
Was it a double move?
casts...
No,
she used the
magic
wand.
device and wand.
I missed that. Yeah, I missed that. Okay.
Whizpops, you know that it is casting Hold Person.
Oh, fun.
Nimitep, go ahead and roll a will save.
Uh-oh. Nimitep's best save.
Oh, you're fine. You are not paralyzed.
Yay. Low saves, yay.
It's a low-level spell, so it's probably just hold person.
Okay, well, it's actually gonna move also out to here. Maybe even here. There we go. Raheem.
I'm gonna move a little bit closer, and I'm gonna take a standard action to activate Divine Bond.
He's gonna smite Whizpops!
I'm gonna make it so my sword does holy damage to evil creatures, so...
Oh, I
that's
still have
part of
your
my
Nice.
bond
range
there,
is 10 feet, lol.
Oh yeah, I noticed that when I highlight over it. It's fine.
Oh, it says
whatever.
7. Reach
It's 'cause
7. Ah.
It's because I had an enlarge person potion I drank a while back.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a move and a standard. I guess let's see. Do I want to heal myself? Yes, I'll use a swift action to heal myself as well because I have a decent amount of damage on myself at the moment, and I'll apply this fast healing as well.
Yeah, and you removed your curse too, so you're good.
I did, yeah. I didn't get the healing last time I did it, but I removed the curse from those wounds at least. Alright, that's my turn.
Alright, Raz, now you can proceed.
Alright. I'm gonna quick draw my spear. I'm gonna move here and I'm gonna strike this creature down here that's moving.
Okay.
I'm like the combat patrol. You move no further.
If you'd used your reach weapon, you could have full rounded.
I could, but I like this new oversized +2 keen spear.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's pretty snazzy. So yeah, I'm going to attack with it. I'm going to rage and do all my things here. Let's see, they're casting spells, so I'm just going to take the 4 Reckless Abandon. Save that for my superstition.
Mm-hmm. I've been saving all my rage for you.
Yeah, that's a good song. It's like if you're like a bard barbarian. A barbarian.
And you hit. And he resists some. What weapon do you have out?
It's my +2 keen, the oversized spear that I took from the dude.
Yeah, okay. Johnny.
I'm too far away to apply my good damage aura to
Yeah.
anything, so...
Oh, also the amount of time that you guys spent in that chamber, the resist from electricity might actually be off by now.
It lasts for
We
like
did
2.5
spend time.
hours.
There
I don't
was
think we spent that long in
at
there.
least an hour in that room, and you guys had it on.
Yeah, but we
for
recast
at
it.
least a half
We
hour.
recast this one
prior, so okay.
Yeah, we recast this one before we left the last one and went straight to this one, so I think we still have it. Unless we spent 2.5 hours in there. In the other room, but...
No, not
Like, I
not
don't-
quite that
That's
long.
the only
but-
thing... Yeah, I think that room's the only thing really that slowed us down since we cast it, so... I don't think there's been a whole, like... We probably
Hmm.
have, like, half the duration on it still. Maybe a little bit less. Is Derek still here? I didn't hear him disconnect, so...
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm guessing to figure out what these guys are, it's going to be a knowledge planes.
Yeah, yeah. The other guy's clearly a human, for as much as you can tell, but, Planes. Okay, Johnny can tell you that these are... barbed
Yeah,
devils.
sorry, I forgot.
And things about barbed devils is they do have spell resistance. You need good aligned weapons to get past their DR. They resist acid and cold, and they're immune to fire and poison. They have a barbed defense, which basically means that unarmed strikes and natural weapons, you'll take damage in return if you strike at them in such a way. You know these things can cast, and you can also tell by their attacks that they might actually be able to impale people. And we know somebody who's had experience with that, so you would hate to see that happen again.
What's that?
And they can also fear people. I said impale. They can impale you.
Yeah, but what, like, that something I should know what that means?
A lot of damage.
Okay.
So you don't want them to be able to get a hold of you. So that's the technical aspects of it. You're not sure what spells they can cast, but they are capable spellcasters. What do they call it? Sentinels of the vaults of hell, jailers of the darkest souls, and living weapons of the infernal forges, barbed devils known as Hamatulas to Diablos, enforce the strictures of the damned and safeguard the nefarious works of greater devils.
So I'm gonna move forward and slap my sword away as I move, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm gonna cast Dismissal on number 2.
So sheathing a weapon's a move action and you moved.
Okay,
Yeah, I
fine,
don't
I'll
think it's
just drop
something
the
you can
sword
do.
when I get here. Because my sword's not going to do much at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I'll just drop the sword and then
Okay.
cast Dismissal.
And if you do need it again, you can pick it up as a move action.
You get past the caster level check and it automatically fails the will save.
Yes!
Nice.
Goodbye, number
Oh.
2.
All right.
Goodbye,
So there's a 20.
goodbye.
There's a 20% chance that it doesn't go to its home plane.
Players always want to roll this for what reason?
20% chance?
I have no idea.
It
But
got
they
an
do.
8. It did not
Because
go to
it's
its
part
home
of the
plane.
spell.
Or wait, that wasn't a percentage. Was that a percentage?
Because it's interesting flavor.
Yeah, that wasn't it.
But you do have no way of knowing that.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Doesn't
totally
matter, it's
irrelevant,
just funny.
But that's still
Yeah,
part
yeah,
of
we
the
should put
spell.
it in the tower, is how we should do it, but yeah.
Okay, poof goes that demon devil. So that's your
mean-
turn.
We might decide to contact other plane and after the fight and say, "Hey, did you make it home okay?" I'm checking up on
The
you.
only time sending something not
care
to its
about
home
you.
plane was ever relevant was when you guys plane shifted Godek.
Yes.
Well, let's
Definitely.
not forget the viewers might enjoy that flavor too.
I suppose.
He casts
For
a
narrative reasons.
spell.
I need to
Actually, he's
know,
gonna
man.
5-foot step first, then cast a spell.
No, but I'm gonna get a hold of a way to contact other plane. We're gonna ask. Oh no, what's he doing?
I just want to point out I've rolled 5 on the last 3 spellcrafts I've rolled.
It's pretty good.
You know that he is casting a spell called Elemental Aura. And then he casts a Quicken Fireball, so those in the circles, go ahead and roll a reflex save.
Okay. I was gonna say elemental aura's on him, but yeah, the quick fireball, that's fair. Yeah, I made the save, and I have
Yep, back to
evasion
my
now.
2. My normal 2 on saves.
Yeah, he should do
And
something
the
about
aura
that.
that he's putting on himself looks like it might resist fire.
Whatever.
One, two, three, four. Whiz Pops fails. Everybody else saves. So I'm just target Whisper. And smack that button. Woo! 43 damage.
Ow.
Everybody else takes half
I'll
unless
heal
you
10
evade.
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I resist 10 at least.
I evade. I think Johnny's got natural fire resistance, so.
Yeah, I do 20 less damage, so that's 21, so I take 1 damage.
Nice.
Also, let's point
Alright,
out that she
Whiz Pops?
hit the artisan,
Ow.
He's a
who I
statue.
believe
he's
is
a
turned to
statue.
stone.
Yeah.
So fireball does damage to objects, right?
No,
Half
not,
damage.
well, sort of.
Does half damage and then has
It's
to get through the hardness, so
stone.
probably doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
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 Alright, whatever.
Hey, probably
Damn.
damaged it a little
Whiz
bit.
Pops is
It's
evil.
now a
Like,
pretty
these are the
black color.
thoughts that he has. Like, he's like, haha.
No, that's not Whiz
yeah.
Pops. That's me, the player, saying we're not
Nope,
calculating
nope,
something.
you are Whiz Pops. You sit at my
Hold
table,
on,
you
we do
are
need to
Whiz
separate.
Pops.
We do need to
Whiz Pop's
separate player from character. That's an important part of D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was obvious when I'm talking about rules, that it's not Whiz Pop saying, oh, technically that fireball should have hit the stone statue. Like, no, obviously Whiz Pop isn't saying
I
that.
think that was totally Wizpop saying
Yeah,
that.
that's
But he
Whiz
might
Pops.
be.
But anyway,
he
let's-
might be
let's move
thinking
on.
about that. Like,
He's
aha,
totally
he's
thinking
hitting
We
the
can
statue
we can
too.
expect the burnt rubble afterwards.
We finish, the statue's still standing, suddenly disintegrate. What?
He's like on the edge of evil, and he's like trying really hard not to like fall off that edge. But like, you ever seen those buses on the edge where it's like, is it gonna fall or are they not gonna fall? That's Whiz Pops right now.
I think that's an interesting character that's struggling with being good and not
Yeah,
doing
so I'm
evil
casting
things.
an empowered maximized innervation
Okay,
on
let's
this
go.
dude with the quicken true strike. So I'll roll my d4.
Now there are 7 of him.
Oh, right. Maybe I wouldn't do that then, if I can take that back.
Well, you haven't done anything yet. So.
'Cause- Yeah, if I see 7, then yeah, that's
should
not a good
dispel
plan
those.
anymore. Quiet you.
Dispel the quicken or the dispel or whatever mirror image. Dispel it.
I'm gonna cast Chains of Light on him because I'm pretty sure that's not affected by mirror image.
Isn't that a touch spell?
Yeah. No.
No.
It's close.
Oh,
I
it's
think.
not? Okay.
Close range. But he's close
Yeah,
enough
which
for
I'm
close range.
plenty close. So cast
It's
Bhutan.
a pretty crazy spell.
He auto fails. He is
Yeah.
paralyzed.
Oh no.
Unless he has freedom of movement or something that makes
Unless
him
he has
immune.
freedom of
He is not
movement.
paralyzed,
But you get to do
I-
saving throw every round, so after the first.
Yeah.
Or at the end of every round is how we rule that, yeah.
You know, if you ever do become evil, you can't cast Chains of Light anymore.
Why not?
Oh, that's true.
It's a good spell.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't cast it if you're evil.
No,
That's only
it does
clerics
mean
that
you
have
can't
that
cast
effect. Right?
I think that's only.
It's
for
only-
clerics.
That's only
I know
clerics who
clerics have
say
that
that
rule. I
you
don't know if
can't
wizards
cast
have
opposite
that
alignment.
restriction, though.
Maybe, although I think as a GM I would find some problem with it.
Yeah, I think it's up to GM discretion, probably, but... See, I'm using good magic to hold her in place. I'm not completely evil.
I disagree
Okay.
with your assumption there, Matt, actually.
I back off after casting the spell, and I say, I've paralyzed the Overseer. Finish him off. My good magic is holding him in place.
Oh god.
Nimitep, when you step close, the elemental aura bites back at you and will do 2d6 fire damage to you. So you take 8 fire damage.
Okay.
Yep, right.
Now this unfortunately doesn't do anything against his mirror images, so that's too bad. You're good.
Okay, that's a hit.
How
1d7.
many images does he have?
Okay, 1 image gone.
So that was base attack. This is flurry 1.
Okay, another
This is
image.
flurry 2.
Another image.
This is elbow smash.
It's like popping balloons, just like pop, 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 pop.
Yeah,
I actually
that's
like
pretty
how
good.
a lot of Nematep's attacks are like
Oh,
named
nice.
something like roundhouse kick, elbow smash. It's like she's a anime protagonist that like announces all of her attacks.
This is Kai strike. I got
Kai
them
strike.
straight in my mind, so that's the problem, right?
Elbow smash.
How many are left?
I don't know.
3
Oh,
images, so D4.
images?
Yeah.
Oh, you hit another. Well, wait. One was
The
a
key strike hit.
miss, right? So you have
Yeah,
still
one
the
was a miss.
1d4. So nothing changed there. So then this one hits, so it's 1d4 still. Okay, so another image gone. 1d3 now.
I think you
And then
almost
iterative.
rolled like max on like every one of those.
So D3, right?
Yeah. Ah, you hit
Yay.
him. He's paralyzed, so there's that. You just smack him in his paralyzed face. Boom.
And you were doing non-lethal, right? Yeah, so, okay.
Oh, and debilitating the paralyzed individual. Oh, how sad.
That is it.
You get
Yeah, I don't know
his
if
dex
Dex Minus
down.
1 actually does anything when he's at zero dex from paralyzed.
What in the world are you doing to my boss?
Probably not.
I cannot have this. But there's this thing
If
right
you get his
here.
dex down to 0, he's paralyzed.
Well, you know
Well,
what?
he's already paralyzed.
I want a full round before I die. Or am I gonna die? Do I have to die?
Might have things you can do.
Yeah, I'm just looking. I just looked at his health and I'm like, it's kind of up there.
Yeah, he's not. It's not great. Well, I'll say that much. It's not great.
Uh, no, I don't want to do. I think I'm gonna do this. It's gonna fall around you, Raz, and then try to grab you on one of its strikes.
Okay.
Let me take a look if we have power attack. We do. Okay. It's gonna power attack you as well. I want to do as much damage as I possibly can. So let me go ahead and edit this. Here we go. Ooh, one hits. Raz, roll a will save unless you are immune to fear effects. This is a fear. Mind affecting.
I think
Okay.
weirdly, he's not immune to fear effects. He's just immune to most the effects.
Everything
I'm
else.
immune to the frightened condition and shaken.
Right.
This
immune
to
is
most the
effects of
frightened,
fear.
so you are immune to this effect then, so don't even
No.
bother that. However, it is going to try to grapple you. Let me give its bonus real quick here. Because it's power attacking, it has to take that power attack in this roll. 35 hits. It grabs you, in which it impales you.
Yay.
Ow.
So
Is this
that
like
is
Genki
gonna be.
Constrict then? Is that...
Yeah, I don't know. It's just they don't really describe how impale works. They're just like it takes more damage in a successful grab check. So I think
Well, because it's all
you're being
it's all spiky.
impaled, hence the grab.
Yeah, that's weird. This it basically works exactly like Constrict, but they're like, we don't want to call it that because he's not constricting. But it works like Constrict, basically. That's kind of funny.
I picked up too
But I
many
get why
dice.
they did that way. They don't want to call it
I mean,
Constrict.
it could
It's
work if
constantly-
something was just pressed up against it. It doesn't have to grapple you. But in this case, that's how it's doing it.
Oh, but I think its
It's like a
impale
porcupine.
abilities listed separately
Okay,
from its.
so you're
do you
gonna
take damage when
take
you hit it thing?
22 additional impale damage.
Okay. And I'm assuming that's physical, so I get my DR.
Yeah, but it's all part of the one claw damage that grabbed you. So you don't resist it separately from the claw of 20. So
Okay.
okay, that's its turn. Raheem?
Well, I can't get to an attack in this round, but what I can do is I can move in then 10 feet of it to give the Aura of Justice, but also I can
Yes.
attack it anyway. I'm going to move my sword into my left hand. I'm going to pull out a returning short spear, and I'm going to throw that at him.
Okay.
This should be configured properly. Alright, didn't do very much, but did a little bit. That's my ranged option. Actually, it's pretty relevant if I smite, but this thing's already so close to dead. I don't know if I really wanted to. That's my turn.
Raz?
Okay, so I'm grappled, so I can't use my two-handed weapon, so I drop the
the big ol' spear, and I quick draw my +2 Thundering Flail. And I have good aligned attacks now because Raheem is within 10 feet of the enemy. So I'm going to full round it
Okay.
with my one-handed flail. Keeping my rage going. Bop. I bopped him.
Poof, it goes.
And I'm no longer grappled.
I actually didn't have the grapple effect on you, but I don't know.
My attacks would have been 2 less then for 35 and 36, but I think those both hit.
I mean, it was grappling you, so its AC's lowered too. So
Its AC was effectively lower as well.
If you didn't put the grapple on the devil either, then
yeah,
it
I
should
think
cancel
I'm
out.
still gonna hit with those, yeah.
Okay, then that's my turn.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a 5-foot step.
Alright.
Where are you going, Raz?
He 5-foot stepped after he
My 5-foot step.
dropped that guy.
Oh.
He's trying to get closer to
Then I
big step
would
for whatever.
make a move action instead of a 5-foot step.
Okay.
Oh, you're healing me? Well, thank you.
BAM!
Well, sort of. Make a caster level check.
Yeah, how much of that damage was from the swarms?
Oh, okay, there you go. You healed the swarm damage.
It just gets past. Great.
Yay.
I'm glad that we didn't have to figure
worked.
that out.
I already know. I
Yeah.
wrote it down, so.
Oh, good.
You were prepared.
GM
'Cause
things.
I didn't.
Yes.
Alright,
Yeah.
so that's 2 actions. I'm done.
Okay.
It's the wall's turn.
I was
No
gonna
quicken
say.
spells.
Round 3, Nimitep, you're gonna take 9 fire damage.
Okay.
She's paralyzed, so I don't get to do anything, right?
She gets a save at the end of her turn, DC 26.
Okay. Was this a fortitude or
Reflex.
Reflex.
what was the DC?
And
26.
Okay, she
yeah,
doesn't
keep
say.
in mind if it's penalizing you for being paralyzed, you'll have to ignore that debuff.
Yeah.
It's gonna lower
that
your
one.
reflex save and make it harder.
I don't
to
see
choose
any
it.
negatives in the roll, so I don't think it penalized it at
Okay.
all.
Yeah, it might not
So
be.
it didn't
doing
actually
then.
apply it. Okay. I spelled paralyzed, right? Right? Yeah. Okay. So, does she stay held down paralyzed, or does she break out?
She did not save. It's your turn.
Okay. Then, in that case, I will just continue to wait. I'll delay.
Nimitep. Boom.
Oh, wait, he still has images, right?
Yeah. 1d3.
2 left. Okay.
Okay, now 1d2. We'll just keep that damage for now. You're bound to actually hit.
Well, when all of his images are gone.
All the images are gone. All you gotta do is hit. We take that damage, and then you're home free.
Okay, elbow smash.
Elbow smash. When I make my luchador monks or brawler, he's gonna call out all of his attacks.
I have an alchemist that I really want to play, like an actual alchemist, where they're like
I'm done.
obsessed with recycling. So like all the bombs they throw, they end up like cleaning the scene afterwards and like recycling.
Oh, that's a good
and-
idea. I like that quirk.
Might annoy the party because I'm always like, no, hold on, I gotta clean this. There's glass everywhere. It's not good. Somebody might step on it.
I miss my barbarian.
Raheem?
My returning spear came back to me, but I'm going to drop it. And I'm gonna
It comes back
charge
to you.
this doofus. It comes back again. Damn it, spear! Stop it! Behave!
It's sheep, so get the fuck out. Okay.
I'm going to charge. This thing. Does he have any mirror images up anymore?
Nope.
Okay. So let's see here. I don't know if he's actually gonna take anything from the good aligned weapons.
I have an idea. Okay, let's see what happens. I have an idea though.
Okay, so let's see. There should be a effect for charging in here.
Yep.
Yes. So put that on myself. And then I'm going to do a single attack charging because I don't have pounce. What is wrong with me?
Dang.
Oh man, you might kill him.
Well, I'm doing non-lethal damage. So
Yeah, he's
Oh, okay,
been-
good.
But
Because I can-
Pluto, are you forgetting something? Are you forgetting an ability you have?
Huh?
Oh yeah, I could use that ability.
Yeah,
too.
that's my idea. Is that because I think it'd be hilarious.
No, I'm not going to do that in this case. Okay. Alright, says he's unconscious now. That'll be my turn. I don't know if we're actually still in combat or not, but... I'm assuming that he's evil. If he's not evil, then take away that 11 damage from the holy weapon.
Yeah, he's evil. As far as your weapon told you. So, okay, like, he's unconscious, and this guy over here is, like, completely horrified, freaking out, like,
And the other two are stoned.
Yeah, the other
Yeah.
stone.
Raheem, you
I'm gonna
have that
go over-
able to turn one back
I'm gonna
into
go over
flesh, right?
Try to calm this guy down, and I'll glare at Wiz Pops and say that I could maybe bring back one of them, but not any of the other ones.
So, this
I'll try
guy's
to- I'll
in
try to-
hysteria, freaked out at the moment, because he, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll try to calm him down. Like I'll say, "Don't worry, no one's going to hurt you," and I'll get in the way of anybody who does.
It's kind of like,
Try and find out what their
Karen
deal
came
is. They can't be real.
Karen stormed in, and then not Karen, but like somebody who's following Karen.
Not Karen. What's
was
a name for someone who's
terrorist,
just like
and then like
crazy
all of a
destructive,
sudden
yeah.
terrorized the place.
Raheem, find out what's going on. These people can't be real. They don't know what day it is or what time it is.
All right.
They think they're from the past.
So you're doing your best. You're calming him down a little bit, but he's like, he's
I'm
definitely
ignoring
shifty
Wiz
eyes at Wiz Pops, and he's like, you know. And when his Wiz Pops gets closer, he like starts like scooting this way.
I asked him, what year is it? I asked the artisan, what year is it?
I tell Wiz Pops to leave this man alone. He doesn't want to talk to him.
I tell Wiz
He-
Pops, I think we have someone who'll tell us.
He like kind of like cry whispers like so Raheem can hear him, and he's like, "It's the 21st year of the reign of Akotep, the first
Yeah. But see, like, Raheem's wondering if maybe, like, they could be real people that have just been stuck in, like, a temporal stasis or something, too.
Maybe.
Ooh, do you want to roll a knowledge
So-
arcana?
I don't have knowledge arcana.
Oh, okay, then you don't know.
Like, that's probably not even the way that Raheem would think it. He wouldn't think,
Yeah, you
like,
wouldn't even
temporal
think
stasis is
that.
probably not the word he'd use, but he might think, like, maybe they've been, like, trapped in time or something. Like, he'd think it along those lines. Like, he's encountered some weird stuff in his time. Like,
Sure.
but
So, Wizpops, why did all these other people have to die?
They can't be real. They're not from this time. They're from a long time ago. They didn't have to die, but they don't belong here.
They didn't have to die, but they don't belong here. And that
These two are not
justifies
dead. They
killing
are
them
stone.
all.
They're not dead. Raheem can turn at least one back, and I may be able to figure out a way to turn the other one.
And these ones here?
yeah, the
I
ones that
assume
are,
you're
like,
gesturing to
crisp.
like the other two. I think
the ones that
there were. I don't know how
acid
many
There
damage
was
others
or whatever
six
it
in
was,
but-
total.
yeah. And one got plane shifted away, right?
Yeah, so who knows where he is.
Yeah. So one I
This
say,
might be alright.
He might actually be in a better place, yes.
yeah, one of them got
Or much
shifted
worse.
away,
Or much worse.
but I mean they were in. They should have not been trying to interfere.
were
They should have been.
In your
Ran away.
way, and it was more expedient to dispatch them, is what I'm hearing.
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't even have a chance yet to,
Okay.
like, run away because your turn happened before, like, they
Yeah, you
even
rolled
had
high
a
enough
To
chance
be
that
to
time.
to be
scatter.
fair, I didn't think that they were like commoners that were just gonna die in one hit. Like
Oh.
I thought
It seemed
it
obvious
was
to me.
some kind of.
Oh.
I thought it was some kind
Wait,
of
is that
trick or
Sir
some
Durian
kind of.
saying that, or Wizpops?
That's
No, Wizpops. Like Wizpops thinks it's some kind of trick because these people cannot exist in this time.
And what are you pledging to correct this mistake?
We'll
Raz
try and
says-
turn the
No.
two that were turned to stone back into humans.
I don't think there's much we can do
Start.
to correct the people who are gone and dead.
I mean, we can bring them back to life. We have or we have other means of resurrecting dead people.
Charging battery.
Will you pledge to bring back those that can be brought back?
I can do some of it now, but I admit it would be a lot easier with Johnny's help. To do it on my own will not be
As
quick.
long as you're committed to.
What would remove the
Flesh to stone.
flesh to stone?
Or stone to flesh. Stone to flesh.
Or break
Because
enchantment.
Break
I've got-
enchantment, yeah.
I've
Or
got
break enchantment.
Dispel magic.
I don't think that works. Maybe Greater Dispel does, but I don't think so in this
I do
case.
have that too.
Is
me
Stone to
check.
Flesh instant or permanent?
The problem with
It's
stone to
It's
permanent.
flesh.
instantaneous.
It's instantaneous.
The problem with stone to flesh is it requires a DC 15 save. I think it's a fort save for them to not die from the process.
Okay, that's fine. We can cross that bridge when we get to it.
So you can use Dispel Magic to end one ongoing spell that has been cast on a creature or object to temporarily suppress some magical abilities of a magic item.
Yeah, I don't
or
think
to counter
Dispel
another
Magic.
spell
It's not
cast
gonna-
spell.
It's not going to work on flesh to stone because they're just a mindless inert statue. There's
Right,
no,
there-
it's an
there's no
instantaneous
magic
There's no
effect
lingering
anymore.
spell.
They're just a
Well,
rock.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Is it instant or
It is
permanent?
instant.
It
Yeah,
it
it's
is
instantaneous.
Instant. Okay, that's fine. Then you're right. There's no magic to this.
Damn.
So, break enchantment is something I can do, which I think would get around the DC 15 flesh to stone. But I can't do it now. I need to get to town first. But I will correct this, and we can bring back to life the others. Although I still think something is wrong here. This isn't right. that there are people from
Now,
so
something's
long
clearly
ago
not normal,
here
but this isn't
today.
a normal place that we're in.
I tie up this dude, and I bring him over to the group once he's tied up. And I say we can maybe get some answers out of him.
Out of character, I can use the oil of life. I just think that's probably a waste.
Oh no. Even in character, Razdak would say, no, that is part of the groups. That is what we have to defeat Hakotep. We're not using that.
Yep, I also have a scroll of Raised Dead even. But
And in character, Razdak tells Wizpops, what you did was impulsive. It was chaotic. But, as a chaotic person myself, I don't find your impulsiveness to blame. Just, are you sorry that you did kill them?
If they are truly human people, then yes, I do not wish them to stay dead.
Then atonement is all
they were not
you
a
need to
trick of
keep
Hakotep.
your soul clean. We came here to do something, and that was destroy the Sky Pharaoh. These people knew what they were doing here. Sometimes collateral damage is inevitable. And I hope that those who are lucky enough to survive learn their lesson.
I still think we need to try and bring these guys back. I don't think, I mean, being sorry is one thing, but correcting the mistake when it's correctable is better.
I am satisfied with that.
So
means are available to us. Let's use them.
Okay,
Wizpops use them to correct us on mistake.
Well, I might need help casting a Raised Dead scroll or something like that.
I have a scroll. I pull it out.
Anyway,
how much is that worth?
It doesn't have to be immediate, as long as it is.
Yeah, we need to set our sights first on defeating Hakotep. And I think everyone here now can see that we're serious. And as I said, I slapped the dude awake so that he.
It's only going to take a minute to cast Raised Dead, so. Oh wait a minute. If these guys have no hit die and you bring them back to life, they get 2 negative levels. They just die immediately, right?
No, they take Con Drain instead. Although they're not going to have to worry about that because I'll just pull out the lantern and they won't. The life lantern.
Wait, what? I thought that was only a one-time thing. How's that work?
It's a one-time thing to use the lantern to bring someone back to life. As long as it's in the presence of a Raised Dead spell, it doesn't give them negative levels.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's its other effect. They're 2 different effects.
So, my question is this. Johnny, do you have any Raised Dead or Resurrect kind of spells available?
I don't believe I have anything prepared.
Okay, would you be willing to use this Raised Dead scroll that Raheem has, and then I will pay the gold for the scroll and the gold for your casting services?
I could do that.
I'm going to buy a replacement scroll later.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to have to go to town and get one or two more.
I have to go to town probably anyway, but yeah.
So, okay, so this is 5th level cleric. It's 1125 gold.
This guy we knocked unconscious, he has regeneration of some sort too. Is that from a spell effect he's got on him, or?
Oh,
I don't know. I wake him up. Let's ask him.
Yeah, he regened his wounds, but he was unconscious. I don't know. Do you guys tie him up though, or do you just wake him up?
Yeah, I tie him up.
Okay.
Raz already did.
And then I wake him up.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a manacles. He's a caster, so we got to watch out for that. His regeneration should bring him conscious anyway at some point.
Oh, I take away like his weapons and stuff on him.
I guess my question is did any of you guys strike him with good aligned weapons or spells?
I definitely did.
Yeah.
Then that would have stopped his regen. So you noticed when you did that, his regen
The
stopped.
Change of Light was also a good spell that he was under the effects of, so. Pluto, I give Raheem 1125 gold in exchange for the scroll.
Okay.
Which is enough to buy a new one.
Yeah, we'll probably just use that to buy a new
Oh,
one
it
when we
actually
get back
set it to
down.
skip. It knew. It already did it on its own. Lol.
Yeah, so I'm just like subtracting gold and stuff.
So, okay, you guys wake him up and do what?
I'm gonna start interrogating him. I'm gonna be mean with him and
Okay.
tell him,
Yeah,
like,
find out what's
hey,
going on.
are you working for Hakotep?
Is that not obvious?
Tell me! And I growl at him.
Obviously. Are you not one of his
Alright,
slaves?
what's beyond... Do you think he could enslave someone as mighty as me?
Yes.
Well, whether or not you live to see his defeat, tell me what's beyond this chamber, and why do you all believe that he's not here? Because we are sure that he's here. We've seen this pyramid flying above the ground, arcing electricity, quite operational, and his someone even told us that, like, he's here and waiting for us, that he sees our presence as a challenge.
Well, if that's the case, he wouldn't be here. He'd be in his chambers.
Yes. How do we get there?
I don't know. Beyond this door is the arena.
The arena? What kind of arena?
Yes. A gladiatorial arena.
Is there a smaller glowing pyramid somewhere here?
A what?
I stumble a bit, and like I know it sounds weird, but we've been in other parts of this larger pyramid, and there's little glowy pyramids in them. Is there one in here? Something important that controls aspects of this pyramid?
No, not here. Maybe elsewhere in the pyramid? I don't know, man.
Are you in charge of anyone else in this pyramid, or just these working architects?
Just the painters. Which, where... Yeah. I guess I don't have those anymore. We'll have to get new ones.
Well, you might not have to, since, we're going to destroy Hakotep.
Well, I want to get paid, so, and I don't know.
Will you leave this place if you do?
Well, that was the agreement, is that we do this.
How much did he agree to
pays
pay
us
you?
and we leave. Riches beyond our dreams.
Riches beyond your dreams. Oh God.
And
I tell him
our life.
that's the oldest scam in the book.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's yeah, you can have.
Yes, well, we also get to leave with our lives, where others may not.
Well, how about this? Since I'll show you how generous I am, and I'll let you leave with your life.
And if I
Who's
don't
interred
want to,
here?
I mean, I could, I guess. I don't know. Like,
You don't want to?
Who are in the sarcophagi?
I don't know.
How long was this job to take?
We're expected to be done in a couple of weeks.
What purpose would the Sky Pharaoh have for keeping these people in this state?
I mean, we've seen, like, other sarcophaguses and stuff. I don't know. I assume the Sky Pharaoh
mean-
wants to be buried with people.
I mean these people, the artisans. The magic required to do something like this would be substantial. Why? Why expend that amount of power simply to keep artisans here in a perpetual job?
I don't know. Can you tell me? I look to the guy.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't either, Nematep. That sounds weird.
I have a concern. Let us
What's your
escort
concern?
those that are alive out of the
Alright.
pyramid.
I tug on his ropes and I say, alright, you're following us now.
Wait, what? Why?
I definitely agree and help out.
Because I said so.
Oh, man.
He's just like, oh man.
Aw, shucks.
Well, he's tied up, so
No
he
more
doesn't really
slave
have
driving
much of a
today.
choice. Yeah.
I'm concerned
You do
that
see he
their
has a
time
nice
on this
masterwork
mortal plane may be
whip, you
tied
know,
to
so
this
he
room.
might have been the whip user, so to say.
Yeah. And I'm okay with dragging his ass along here. Alright, everybody
Okay.
pick a person.
So where do you
I'm gonna
where do
take
you
this.
go?
We're gonna take him out to the room with the jello.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
I'm concerned when they leave this room that basically time's going to catch up with them.
That would be
Possible.
cool. I want to see them get Raiders of the Lost Ark, or the opening of the Ark of the Covenant.
Okay. So you guys are gonna go oak this way, and as soon as you start like going down the hall, each one of them just ceases to exist. They just
Like they just
disappear.
turn to
Whoa.
dust.
No, not even that.
I
They
told you they can't be
they
real.
just disappear. They just.
Oh, thank God. I knew it was some kind of trick.
Did they return to their own time?
I'm
I don't
not
know. Hey, what if we go back?
Time magic
walked
is a
back-
fickle thing. It's
sure. I walked back into
hard
the
for
room
even
to
the
see
most
if he just
experienced
teleported
wizards
back to
to
the room
understand.
there.
What are you guys gonna try to do?
I tried
We
to
go back
to the room to see if
teleport
they're
back to
there.
the room.
Okay, you do.
Because yeah,
so.
to me it just looks like they teleported or something.
Are they there? Or is it still just the same people?
What? I'm confused. You guys go
Do we
back
see
into
the people
this
who
room
disappeared?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
this
we're
room,
going.
this room.
And into the sarcophagus room.
here, and then
We're
you
going back
return
here.
back.
No,
Yeah,
Or
we go
you
when
into
the
the
people
never-
disappear, when the people disappear, we go back to see if they disappeared back to the room that we just came from.
Okay, so
Like,
you
did
never
they just
go
teleport
over
back
there.
into there?
Nope, you don't see them.
No, we
Yeah.
did go over here, and then they disappeared, and then so we head back and
What
check
the
Okay,
hell?
Alright.
I think we should move the stone statues as well to free their souls to move on.
Oh no,
I
didn't you
assume
guys take those with
The
you?
time is catching up to them.
Those were the people you were talking about.
Oh,
No,
did we? I don't know.
I thought we just
I thought
took
we were
the
talking
two
about
people that
the-
were alive
Just the two people?
and
Okay.
moving still.
Then yeah, if you didn't take the statues,
Yeah.
they're still there.
They're still.
I
Raz
think
is
it's
confusing
cool to trap
character.
their souls here. If we bring them out, then I think they're either going back to their time or they're ceasing to exist. But either way, their soul would be free.
Well, see, now that's where my conflict lies. If they're going back to the time, then I feel we're still obligated to return them to life before they do. If they are simply, if their time here is done and they're simply passing on, then I'm not as insistent on that. But I don't know what's happening.
I guess
here.
Raheem can try and do a stone to flesh, lay on hands effect,
I can do one of those.
if you'd be willing to.
I'll look underneath the sarcophagus lids. If anybody,
But still,
have any of them
DC 20
transported
or
underneath
Okay.
underneath them?
So you look underneath the sarcophagus lids and you find that there are mummified remains in all of the sarcophagi. But not only that, they're adorned with riches and treasures.
Oh, okay. While they take care of that, I'm gonna start bringing the valuables out.
Rummaging?
Yeah.
We are crunching.
Oh
Yeah,
wait,
if
hold
you
on.
guys-
I
Are you gnawing on a
took
bone?
the
Stop that.
No. I quickly take the bone out of my mouth. But hold on. Before we took the dude out, I took his stuff off of him. Is it still there?
Yeah.
Did you?
We
I
did,
did.
because when we tied him up, we said we search his persons and remove his equipment.
Particularly his weapons, but yeah, I do remember.
Yeah.
I remember Raztak saying that.
Then yes.
Okay.
But
Then I'll
what happens if
I'll
you
put it
pull
all
them
into
out
a
of the-
pile with the riches and with the treasures and things.
Okay.
Although, I don't know, man. This all might just vanish. I'm doing an experiment. I'm gonna take a handful of the treasures I find from the sarcophagus, and I'm gonna start walking out with it. Does it vanish?
Which treasures?
Raztak's leaving us.
From the sarcophagus?
He's abandoning us.
Some of the sarcophagus, yes.
Yeah.
I think those ones will be fine. Probably.
It vanishes?
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Alright, well. Okay, guys, there's no point to taking anything. It's all from another... I don't know.
But wait, the stuff from the dude didn't vanish, right?
He didn't try.
Not yet. We haven't taken it anywhere.
Okay.
But I suspect that it's going to vanish.
As I suspected, this entire room is a lie. It doesn't belong in this time. Nothing here is real. And
Yes,
that's what Wizpops is going to tell you.
I still
Whether you
think
believe him or
that-
not is...
I still think that you should refrain from taking excessively forceful actions like that against innocent bystanders on a hunch.
I was more sure of it than I let on, but yes, I agree.
Well,
I will be more
yeah.
careful in the future. And again, you can believe Wizpops if you want, but that's what he says.
All this
believe it.
If you say you're sorry, then that's all that matters to me. How you get the job done is up to you and your
I am
impulses.
truly sorry that
But I know that you would
innocent
never
people got hurt.
maliciously hurt somebody.
Yeah,
See,
obviously
I'm not so sure about that.
they were in
But
the
I was
way.
looking at
Yeah.
myself.
Like that sounds bad, but like they were
Joe's gonna roll.
there's no way for me to control the power of my magic, and I felt that our best chance of us not getting harmed and me keeping the party safe was to do what
I believe
did.
that your magic is strong and volatile indeed, Wizpops. I've witnessed your destructive powers firsthand.
But I will refrain from
My
using
bulging muscles are
that
similar.
again.
Like they are very strong and sometimes difficult to
Your-
control. But I
your
have
bulging muscles are
I have
similar.
exercised some, focus and restraint in them. So perhaps you too can learn to control your magic.
Yes, I will be less reckless. I am glad that
I feel like I've heard this before, like from Wizpops.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Maybe you're
sure you
also
have.
stuck in a time loop.
Or have you, Pluto? Or was that your other character?
No, I'm pretty sure Raheem's heard. No, Layla wouldn't have cared. Layla
No, we
didn't
have this conversation with Wizpops like every book.
Where's Pops?
Yeah,
I've come
maybe
to
right.
bargain.
Okay.
Raheem's probably heard this at least one other time.
Okay.
Alright, so I don't know if they have
I think
anything
we just move
valuable on them
honestly, 'cause
that we can actually use.
It's all gonna disappear.
Who knows? Yeah, when
I'll
it's gonna
detect
disappear.
magic on the treasure and just see.
You detect magic
magical?
on some of the treasure.
It's gonna be like, okay, whatever. I'll try and concentrate.
And then we discovered that friendship was the greatest treasure of all.
Indeed.
Yes.
There's a couple spellcrafts. I don't know how many things are magical.
Well, you also got that person's gear, so you detect magic on a lot of items. We'll start with one of the items that Raz found in a sarcophagus that one of the mummies was clasping, and it looks like a scarab.
Okay. Oh boy.
Okay, I'll hand it to Wispops.
And you
So,
identify this as
do
a
we want to-
scarab as Kepri, and this small blue figurine
Oh.
is fashioned in the likeness of a scarab beetle and the sacred animal of Kepri, the ancient Osirian god of freedom, the rising sun, the work. Once per day, the bearer of the scarab can speak with vermin as if using speak with animals, though the information obtained, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah. Once per day, the bearer can cast a summon swarm summon swarm to summon a swarm of scarab beetles. Treat as spider swarm, but instead poison.
Oh, neat.
And
Now we
swarms
have the
cause
swarms.
filthy swarms. The next item
Yeah,
you
so-
identify is a +1 human bane short sword.
Okay, Mantis.
There's more items. If you want.
Yeah, I just are we? Is this stuff gonna just disappear? Or are we wasting time?
Well, we don't
here?
know that. Maybe we can use
know, but I'm
this
just
while
saying,
we're
like-
here.
Okay, I guess we're at the end of the session anyways, so whatever. I'll just roll some spellcrafts and.
Okay, you identify
'Cause who
a
knows how-
+2 leather armor, a +2 belt of incredible dexterity, a +2 cloak of resistance. It's just a masterwork whip. There's a couple potions and a ring that you can. Okay.
Potion, ring.
So 2 potions of cure moderate wounds and a ring of protection +2.
Hey, if I have wounds and we drink a potion of cure moderate wounds and then we walk out of here, do the wounds like come back?
I'm wondering if the magical items won't be affected by this weird time magic.
I don't know. I only took out like the wealth, like the treasure from the sarcophagi. I only took a little bit out. I'm not sure. I have no idea, man.
Perhaps you try taking the. What was the worst thing
Well,
you found?
On the off chance that they survive,
take it
I
all,
think it would
whatever.
actually be safer to just keep going, because we know that this dude who vanished came from that chamber beyond here, so maybe it extends to this arena he was talking about.
Yeah. As for the guys who are still turned to stone, I don't know what the morality is of this. Of whether it's better to keep them as stone or turn them back to human and they have a chance to die from the transition. So I'm going to leave it up to to Raheem what he thinks is best. If he wants to do it, he can. I'll even pay you gold if you want. I don't know if you would want that, but whatever you think is right. I want to try and make it right.
Yeah,
But
I, mean,
I don't know what that is.
I'm
This
not exactly
pops.
sure what's
A
happening.
wise
here.
person once told me that the best way to solve your problems is to help other people solve their problems.
But yeah,
Let's
I
kill
can-
Hackatep.
Indeed, let's do that. Alright, let's go.
But yeah, if you want to, you can. But whatever Raheem wants to do.
No, I don't think there's much point if I can turn him back into a like away from being a statue, but I mean I don't actually understand what it means to be a statue. Like he's not there's
they are-
not actually a person there that's aware that's stuck there.
No.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Perhaps
I
their
don't
soul
think there's much
is what I've
difference.
mentioned, but
Yeah, I don't know that there's much difference between a him being a statue or him being a person and trying to walk out of here and disappearing.
I think I would
yeah,
probably just
especially because
say,
we don't know
at
what
this
happens
point,
to them when they disappear.
We should probably save our resources.
Yep.
Hi, onward we go. We have 10 minutes ish.
I'm kind of excited if there is an arena, Razak says.
And then I'll say to Raheem as we're walking, but we should definitely keep an eye on the wizard.
Yeah, you guys are like behind talking about that. I'm
Two
up with
eyes
Raz
when I can
saying like.
spare 'em.
Agreed.
Listen, I can't keep my eyes on Wispop all the time. I've done this for like how many books now? My attention is better focused on my enemies sometimes. I just let Wizpops do his thing. Of course, again, this is coming from someone who is chaotic, and sometimes the ends justify the means.
It's not. Yeah, I don't know if Raz is the biggest complainer. It's
Well,
more
okay,
the
so like
cleric and
Raz and Nematep
Nematep.
and kind of Rohim, they come into conflict the most regarding methods of doing things because they're lawful and I'm chaotic.
Yeah.
It largely boils down to methods. We both have the same ends, goals in mind,
Okay.
but how you get there.
I'm gonna give you
the
guys
issue.
a minor cutscene, a cliffhanger, and then we're gonna end
cutscene.
session.
Cool.
Okay.
Quick time events.
And then we'll figure out what you do about what you see next week.
Yeah.
Put my finger on the A button.
Yeah, press A as many times as you can.
Actually, this one's one of those
We
ones you
see
have to alternate
Hackatap.
between A and
Stacked
Z keys.
tiers fill with
Oh, there's a
seated
stadium.
seats surround a recessed floor, forming an arena made inside this large chamber. 2 regal thrones made of limestone sit on a dais to the north overlooking the arena. And you guys see about 3 dozen Osirians in white kilts and headdresses cry out and shake their fists at the spectacle in the arena below. And you guys see 2 haggard men clad in loincloths and carrying battered quarterstaffs, uncertainly confronting a large humanoid figure constructed of bones and skulls tied together with gummy ropes and sinew. Overseeing the gladiatorial... Yeah, gummy ropes of sinew. Overseeing the gladiatorial display is somebody that... do we have a picture? No, we don't. No. Maybe we do. Let me see. No, I don't have a picture of the individual overseeing this. But they are a broad-shouldered man in a rich kilt and headdress. And he stands before one of the thrones, urging on the combatants with a bloodlust equal to the unruly crowds. And in the throne beside him sits a beautiful Osirian woman wearing a plaid linen tunic, bedecked in gold jewelry, and made up heavily with kohl and other expensive cosmetics, who seems only moderately interested in the deadly conflict below.
Maybe it was Pops, maybe.
And there is a picture, obviously the picture is displaying you guys potentially in the future if you so choose to take a route of such sorts, but this is the iconics. But this is what the arena looks like from ground level, and the 2 bony things.
Those do not match what I had envisioned.
Yeah,
I know.
those are less bony and more beasty.
Yeah, the thing with constructed bone things, they can essentially look like anything depending on what bones they're made of.
It's made of material bone, but they don't have skin or something. I don't.
Right, they're just.
Okay, so there's like this crazy arena fight happening in here, which again seems like this can't possibly be real. Like, what the hell is going on? I thought this was like the Earth, place.
But did some of you guys take away what's happening here?
Oh yeah, there's 2 dudes that are heavily outmatched. So
Okay.
what Raz would immediately do next session is get raged and like
Probably
jump
do something about
far, into the pit,
it. Okay, cool, yeah.
and put himself between the dudes and those monsters.
So that's what we'll do next session, is let you guys react to the situation, and by then I'll have the tokens out and stuff. But
I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bone shatter them because
now
they're made
my
of
question
bone.
to you is for the time being, did you guys take or use any of the magical items that you found in the previous
I
one?
think we
Let's
took
take
them all
the
with us.
healing potions at least.
I think we took all of it. I mean, why would we not take all the gear with us?
Right, but
I
are
don't
you
think anybody's
equipping
using it.
Using it? No. Okay.
Does anybody need any of it?
I don't think we're using it. We just have it in our
Not
packs
me.
or whatever.
Okay.
So
Cool.
we'll probably find out
Nothing,
it disappeared later because,
Like,
yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
yeah, I don't know exactly.
Because we didn't
what
get
all
any
was
items
there.
in the party sheet, so I'm pretty sure it's just gonna disappear.
Well, that's why I was asking you, did you take or use any of them so that I can hand it over to you and let you...
I think
Yeah,
we
we
would take
we
it.
took all the loot.
Right, but are you going to use equipped any of it so that I can hand it
Again,
over to you?
No, we're
or
not
not
equipping or using
I
any
don't
of it.
know. I don't know what all was in there because it was laggy as you guys were talking about it.
Ring of protection to cloak of resistance to leather armor +2.
Yeah.
Those are like the main pieces of equipment, and then the scarab we might actually have.
There
the
was
one that
the
can like
short
summon a
sword
swarm.
human bane.
Yeah, human bane
Two.
short sword +1. But that's probably not better than what most people are using,
I actually have
considering we don't
the
fight that
ring and
many
the cloak
humans.
already.
Yeah, that's why I kind of assumed the gear was worse than what we have as level 15 characters, but
Okay, then I will
the scarab
close
is
this
useful.
window.
The swarm one.
Okie dokie. That was fun.
All right.
I enjoyed being a Karen very much.
Oh yeah. I didn't really expect the Karen method. But hey, you know. Karen followed by
What's
terrorist.
the Karen method?
Yeah. Demanding to see the manager.
Storming in and making
okay,
demands.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping my intimidate had some effect, but I think Raz kind of beat me to the punch on that one. Like I don't know. I just feel like if these are like ancient Osirians and they know Hakatep, they'd see me with this mask and be like, "Hey, why do you have Hakatep's mask?"
Not
But that
necessarily.
didn't happen.
Or maybe they've never
Or maybe
directly
they haven't
gazed
seen it.
upon his majesty.
Well, no. This
I
is
was
his
I was
funeral
hoping
mask.
something happened there, but
This mask
Yeah.
was...
oh, that's true. So he hasn't died
the,
yet.
the people that imprisoned him used the mask for
Yeah.
some reason or something. We got that in some lore somewhere.
That's right. That's the other reason I was purposefully vague when I was like, "Do you know who I am? Take me to your boss now," because I didn't want to like say I'm Hakatep or anything. And like I'm just like, "Look, I'm wearing this super expensive mask. I'm someone important." But yeah, that kind of didn't work because we started fighting for some reason.
Ty
Well,
Sonic
he-
says
he
Raz
opened
is
fire
the
first.
cool uncle of the group.
Well, because Raz threw the sarcophagus lid on the ground, and it got the attention of the overseer before
Yeah.
I could intimidate them enough.
I
guess.
gotta whatchamacallit. Well, the barbarian, chaotic, impulsive way of doing things is that you gotta make shit happen. And I didn't kill anybody, but I saw lots of breakable things, so I made stuff happen.
Yeah.
I will see you guys next week. Have a
Hey.
good weekend.
Yep,
Bye.
that was fun.
Yep.
Take care, Star Fox.
You too. And we got Civ 6 tonight, and how long? In like 3-4 hours?
Do some MTG with me too. I got some quests.
Have a good night.
Yeah, sure.
Yep, take care,
see
Dirk.
ya.
So at least the three of us are gonna be here for Civ. I'm gonna take a shower, but I'll do some MT.